is the Glass Cannon Network.
You're having fun with your friends and you're rolling dice. You're playing make-believe and it's really nice. Side quest, side sesh. That's the name of this show. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a very, very special episode of Side Quest, Side Sesh. Why is it special, you ask? Well, I'll tell you, because come hell or high water, I am going to find a way to make tonight's episode the season finale. Can you believe it? 12 is a nice HBO number. I know.
I hate to see it go.
It was a special time in our lives that we'll never forget. It's good to know we can come back. But it's time.
With new characters, because they always die at the end of Side Quest Side Sesh.
I've hooked up a IV with nutrients in it to get me through this 7-hour session.
One way or another. No matter how many days it takes, uninterrupted recording, we will finish it.
It has become a bit of a hallmark of the network once we move to seasonal shows. It's like when we know that like this one has to be the one. Sometimes the season finale is 5 hours. But it really shouldn't take that long. These are Pathfinder Society scenarios that some lunatics can play in 4 hours. Yeah. Meaning that both of these back-to-back should have taken 8. We did a character creation, 9 hours. And for us, it takes at least twice that. But because we add a lot of sauce onto that the spaghetti sandwich.
We're known for our sauce, and especially on our spaghetti sandwiches.
That's right. Where else are you going to put sauce?
Is a spaghetti sandwich a thing?
You know, it is. I would eat it. I mean, I'm not a big spaghetti or bread guy, but I feel like you take a nice piece of Italian bread, you toss some spaghetti on there with, I know, the resident Italian is shaking his head. You throw some sauce on there. It has nothing to do with
being Italian. You're just leaving a lot of. You're leaving a lot on the table if you use bread.
What would you use in a spaghetti sandwich?
Garlic bread.
I would make the bread out of spaghetti. Like I would like toast some bread like a kugel, but like an Italian kugel. And then I would use that and then put whatever I wanted on the sandwich.
I see. So instead of making homemade, you're basically making you're not making spaghetti. You're making homemade pasta in the shape of a roll.
No. I would take leftover pasta and you with some egg and you never had a kugel? It's delicious. And then you make that and you like pan sear it and then you can put whatever you want on the sandwich.
Jared, your thoughts about this ridiculous idea of Matthew's?
I don't know what a kugel is, but
it sounds like he made up a word.
I think it helps you to maintain stronger erections.
Yeah, I think it's pronounced kegel, I think.
It's like you go to come and you stop, you hold it
kegel.
in.
Yeah, kegel.
I don't know what this has to do with this sandwich. I don't know what Matthew's putting on his sandwich.
I don't know why he's making a sandwich out of it.
I guess my thoughts are, when your people came to our country, Matthew,
our country.
why didn't they learn our ways and stop doing crimes?
Fair question.
This committee owes my client an apology.
This owes my client an apology.
Well, back to the matter at hand. Put your spaghetti sandwiches covered in gum aside. Tonight I really think it's going to be the season finale, because 2 weeks from tonight is the premiere of the Glass Cannon Podcast Campaign 2, and that's taken over Thursday night. Sure, we could do 13, 14, 15 episodes, move side quests to Friday. TGIF used to do it all the time. All of a sudden, Full House is on Monday. What's going on? We could do that, but I think this tonight is a good time to end it, because we mentally need to move on. We got a lot of other irons in the fire, or spaghettis in the kugel, that we need to focus on. And I think after last week, I'm like, you know what? Epic jumbo ep. Let's finish her off. Joe is right, though. These usually end in heartbreak. They have a history of ending a little rough, and there's no reason to think this will be any different, but who knows? What I do know is I think I'd like to see a season 3 somewhere down the line.
I agree with you, and I really want to keep playing this character, so you're going to see some heartbreak if this goes the wrong way here.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. I just think that this was such a fun As usual, kind of last minute idea, having Jared jump on and play with us and to continue this story in some way was just a real breath of fresh air, not only for us, but for the network. And so hopefully we will, I already have ideas for season 3. Who knows? It'll be somewhere down the line, or maybe like we'll do all right, we'll get so many subscribers, we'll bring back season 3. We'll dangle that carrot. But I do think that this will have a life beyond tonight.
And for fans of Rufus of Opara, I'll be continuing his adventures in a series of short stories that I will publish in zine form.
Like Rufus of Opara, the early years.
So I'll give you the P.O. box to write to get your zine.
Send a self-addressed stamped envelope.
I bet Rufus of Opara has his own collections of zines.
Hell yeah!
Really into zines.
Whatever the Galarian version of zines are, Rufus loves them.
Zines and flyers. His whole apartment is filled with them.
It's Wayfinder magazine. Skid, was it fun to jump back into Karazor after such a long time? Have you ever done that with a character where you took a couple years off?
A couple years. I mean, on Glass Cannon that happened. But I mean, it was great. I have a deep fondness for Karazor and how awful he is. And, I was talking about it with my therapist, and shout out to my therapist who has to endure all manner of me talking about shit that she has absolutely no background in. I was just like, so I have this knoll, and he's like kind of like. She sits there dutifully and like listens to all this stuff. But I was telling her about.
I wonder what goes through her head. Like, I wonder if she's like, I hate him so much.
I can tell you what goes through her head. Did I leave the oven on?
Or she goes to her therapist and she's like, I got this real weird client who I hate.
You would not believe the stuff he talks about.
Yeah, I just write down all the words he says that I don't know.
Have you ever heard of a knoll?
Do you know what a knoll is? What's a kugel?
All right, if she's a therapist in New York, she definitely knows what a kugel is. You guys are like Philistines. It's amazing to me you don't know what a kugel is.
She did go see the D&D movie, and she was very excited to tell me about it. She actually saw it before I did.
Wow.
But I tell her, like, I talk about some of my characters, especially like for Gatewalkers, like I'm talking about my characters, just like talking about aspects of them. And she was just like, it seems like there's always like a part of you that you're trying to explore, like in all these characters you have, like whenever you make them. And I was like, yeah. And I think about something like Karazor is just like,
what part of you is Karazor?
And I was just like, well, who's this? Like, what is this saying?
The real Skid.
Or like Nestor, it's just like,
But I mean, I think there's a part of you that just wants to be like, you're dumb, and here's why.
Yeah.
To every dumb person you meet.
Yeah. It's more like righteous anger at like some people, I think, is the way I choose to see it. So yes.
He's also the part of you that has myopia.
Right. Which I can demonstrate right now.
He looks so scared. I was glad to have him back. I was glad to continue the story. I mean, as I was prepping what I hope will be the finale, I already started thinking about like where we could go next with this, because there's definitely more to the story. We are certainly not ending this Uber story today. We are just ending this chapter. So with that, I want to jump right back in because I have a feeling this is going to be chonky. This is going to be super chonk. You guys found a way, despite your best efforts, of not slaying King Wabikis, whose mind has been warped by the reemergence of the Thorned Monarch, Quixal, who has arisen from somewhere. His presence, I mean, this is like demigod level evil. He has arisen, and it has tainted the minds of so many of the Bopanese citizens, because after you narrowly kill Wabikis but stabilize him, take a few hours to heal up and climb to the surface through the rubble, through the body-strewn rubble, because Quixal's like return caused this earthquake that split open the ground. Bodies fell, died. I mean, it's just death and destruction. You get up to the surface, it's even more death and destruction, because more of these fey creatures, these fey citizens, have had their minds altered as well, and they're killing each other in the streets. Fire, the buildings are all on fire. Bopon has fallen to themselves because of Quixal's return. And Audho of Bopon, the soul of the ancient Boponese hero who is tied to the Perennial Crown, tells you, we must take the crown away. Quixal will stop at nothing to find it. This is the cause of this destruction. You need to get it off the island. So you're like, what? How are we going to do this? We don't know when old Cumrock Blackthane is coming. Well, you look in the direction of a burnt out inn. You see some of the Fey Boponese citizens are like huddled within. So not all of them have turned, and like people are coming to kill them. Some of their could be their own relatives because their minds are crazy. And you hear Cumrock Blackthane yell for the Pathfinder Society. He comes with his sailors. He's wearing his badass armor and he starts wiping people away with his warhammer. You run up to him and he's like, I thought you were dead. I heard that you broke into the vaults and that they collapsed. And what is going? Did you kill the king? And you're like, most of that is true. We also have this talking crown, and here, can you take the crown and bring it to safety? And he's like, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to gather all of the Boponese citizens who haven't been turned yet, and anybody else who's safe that wants to come aboard my boat, the Unsinkable. Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's get the crown out of here. Let's get the body of the king out of here, and let's get everyone to safety. So as he says that, you see like these little thorns emerging from the ground that blossom, these little gremlin-like creatures. These little Jenkins come running at you. He's like, you deal with that. I'm going to have my men start making our way towards the docks. So you annihilate these 4 little gremlin creatures, and then you see just more and more are coming in the distance. But you've created a bit of a gap between you and the civilians. So you just start running. You catch up with Blackthane, who's like running through the jungle now in the direction of the docks on the other side of the island from where you were dropped off. And all of a sudden the ground erupts. All of you are thrown to the earth. And you turn and you see 100 feet or so away these giant thorns and vines and shit come out of the ground and start to intermingle and intertwine until it is this 20-foot tall, thorny butterfly who lets out this like, this Mothra-like scream. And the Boponese guard captain comes up with his unit, helps you to your feet, and is like, please save our people. We'll deal with this. And they're like, charge! Bravely charging towards this demigod. And they're like, striking away with their little swords, and you just see any damage that they're doing to the thorns immediately heals itself. And then all of a sudden it bellows again, unleashes a massive like barrage of thorns, and immediately kills the entire Boponese unit along with anyone else that was nearby, and then starts like impaling them on their thorns, lifting them up into the air, and you watch as their skin turns pale and you hear this slurping sound all around you as it is drinking the blood of these poor, poor heroes. And that is where we pick up for today's Saison Finale.
Saison Finale.
Francais.
Francais.
The description of the impaled bodies rising up and being drained of their blood to strengthen the beast is very mid-boss fight cutscene in Dark Souls or Elden Ring.
Yeah.
It's very much like an Elden Ring boss. It's so dark and so scary. It's so twisted. And I plan to run. So let's get running.
Let's run away. Let's run away fast.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it seems to be the only way. So we are going to run. And one could say we could even be entering a chase. How about one more mini game to end this? Because will you make it to the docks? I'm not sure. There is a chance that you can lose the adventure right here during this chase. The thing bellows, kills all of the soldiers, and then starts making its way towards you. So here's how this works. There are several obstacles. Okay, I like to be meta with this. I'm going to lift the veil because I think it's more fun for you, even though I'll describe it cinematically as we go through it. There are certain obstacles you're going to face on your way to safety. At each obstacle, you have to earn a certain amount of chase points to get past that obstacle. If you don't, it's good. You're going to have a bad time. So Let's start. You basically
Chase points is also what I get when I use my credit card.
That's true. I get chase points too. I'm racking them up, man.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you do well, you will earn certain chase points here.
Can I earn chase points that way during this adventure?
We should have. If Chase was our sponsor, then that would have been a fun little additional thing we could
During
do.
the encounter, we should stop at a restaurant. We'll get double chase points.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing if you had an actual play that is sponsored by J.P. Morgan Chase.
Man, one day,
Buy some groceries, get double points, take an Uber.
paid in
Why don't you take an
airline
Uber to the
miles.
dock?
If we stop and get gas and have the chase we can get chase sapphire points when we get gas.
Oh yeah.
Triple points.
I really didn't think this through. All the obstacles should be ways you can earn chase points.
You have to you have to sit down and quick have a meal. You have to book something on hotels.com right now. You have to book a stay, non-refundable.
Business acumen.
The streets on the outskirts of Capodicasa are filled with panicked mobs of fleeing fae and fire alike. It's not only people running around, fire is jumping from the trees, from the buildings all over the place. To try and navigate these crowds is going to be a real pain in the wiener. So every round, each of you have a chance to do one of the tasks to earn chase points. At the end of the round, we progress the chase. The faster you get through these obstacles, the better chance you have of surviving. Your options right now for this first round and this first obstacle are to use acrobatics or athletics to try and weave or push through, or to use society to follow the flow of traffic on their way out, to kind of when you're in New Orleans during Mardi Gras, it's I see a way. You just using that. Now, here's the thing. If you're not good at either of those three things, you might want to hold off and see if you can even add to this, because a critical failure can hurt you. Make sense? Regular failure, not so much, but critical failure can slow you down. So if you don't have great society, acrobatics, or athletics, you're in trouble. Everybody has a bottle cap to start. Use them as you will, but keep in mind, this is the season finale. Who would like to start? Who feels I feel like this is a Balthazar lead the charge, but you tell me.
Jared, would Rufus of Apar like to go?
Well, I was bellying up to the bar. I think that Rufus will use his intricate knowledge of society to weave between these people and let them die instead of him.
Maneuver like a border collie, just sort of maneuvering the crowd into danger.
Yes, a successful society roll will tell you who is most expendable in this crowd.
Okay. Come on, don't make me use my bottle cap now. And I rolled a 14.
Yeah, you cannot seem to find the right way. You're bumping into people, so you're like, come on, follow me. And just
get out of the way!
Who would like to try something next?
I'd like to try. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
Karzer would like to try athletics. He's going to just be lifting people up off the ground and throwing them back in the path of the creature as he's going. Oh, yes, the 26.
26. Okay, that is a success. All right, so you have one. You've earned yourself one chase point.
Yeah.
Balthazar.
Balthazar will use athletics to use the bodies that Karzor has thrown to the ground as stepping stones to leap over the crowd and keep running.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay. That will be a 29.
29. That is a critical success, which will earn you 2 chase points.
Double points.
Unfortunately, it seems like we are going to need Champ to do something here, because this obstacle is still there.
And this obstacle is the crowd, like the throng.
The crowd, right? Yeah, there's still a throng of people and fire ahead. Champ, what
Wow,
do you
from
do?
a meta perspective, that's pretty wild. So in order to not die, all 4 PCs must succeed, or 2 must crit with no fumbles. This is terrifying.
Yeah. Now, not die, you made that up. Just bad things are going to happen.
I know. but for the drama, for effect. Champ is doing his weird skeleton gait that they do in in Elden Ring, and he is going to use acrobatics to kind of weave through. Excuse me, sorry. Excuse me, sorry. Not pushing people out of the way, but trying to ease in between them. Here we go. Acrobaticas. That is a 15.
15 acrobatics is a fail. Okay. Now here's the good news. You do get one sort of free round here, basically, because now the manifestation is coming up on you. So if you do not clear this obstacle in this second round, bad things are going to happen. So basically, by not clearing it, it's now caught up to you, but you act first. So let's go to round 2. And you still need to make one more success here, but keep in mind, then you won't be able to contribute to the second obstacle until the third round. You don't even know what that obstacle is.
Yeah,
so someone with a giant athletics.
I'm going to jump in here because I have very few skills that I'm good at. So I'm going to do acrobatics just in case acrobatics doesn't appear in the next one.
What's your bonus?
+9.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, then you should totally do it.
Do that.
So I'll do. It's his highest bonus of all skills. So I'll try acrobatics here. Come on, buddy. Come on,
basically
good
like
buddy.
a 60-40 shot.
Oh, dude, right on the goddamn line. This is 18.
That is an exact success.
I knew it was right on the line. Natty 9.
Natty 9.
Single digi.
All right, so you clear the first obstacle of the Hobo-Dakusa
This way.
crowds, but it is right on top of you, and you see it rearing up to try and attack you in the same way that it attacked the guards. You push ahead, though, to the next zone, and you find yourselves in an impenetrable thicket. Immediately outside of Hobo-Dakusa is this thicket of dense foliage and plant matter, the greenery yellowed by the roaring flames engulfing the city behind you. Myriad leaves and branches attempt to restrain anyone who passes through them with preternatural strength. The jungle has come alive, and it is fighting with Quixal. You need to use either athletics, nature, or survival. Keep in mind, the DCs may be higher for one than they are for the other. And that was the same case for the Hobo-Dakusa crowds. And right now, either Rufus, Balthazar, or Karazor can act before we move on.
Can I ask a question? And if this is not something I'm supposed to know about the minigame, just tell me I don't need to know that.
Sure.
But are we gonna? Can we assume we'll have multiple rounds each zone? Is that how it will work?
Oh, yes. Well, here's what I can tell you is if the creature catches up to you, something bad happens, and then you kind of move on to the next obstacle.
Got it.
So is the creature rolling anything, or does the creature always statically catch up, each round?
You don't know that yet.
The question, this
You'll
is my
find out
follow-up
soon
question, is
How
if I'm in gorilla stance, I get a bunch of bonuses. Would it be logical? Is this the kind of game where I could be I'm going to spend the first round and go into gorilla stance so that I can roll better in the second round?
For sure.
Or
I don't want to hamper you if you have cool ideas here, and then don't think of it as having 3 actions per round. Think of it as if there's certain things you can quickly do to buff yourself, go ahead and do it. I think it's fun.
Oh, great. Well, then I will go into gorilla stance.
Okay.
And start to climb the thicket using athletics.
All right, give me an athletics roll.
Because I get a bonus. I get a bonus for climbing in gorilla stance.
Climbing over this, trying to weave through these things as they grab at you.
Correct die. Okay, tweener. So that will be a 24.
That's not a tweener. That's a big old success is what that is.
And because I'm in gorilla stance, any success to climb is considered a crit success.
Oh, that's awesome.
Amazing.
See, that's just fun.
That
awesome.
is called gameplay.
Yeah, and it's also the kind of thing that almost never comes up. It's so rare, and now it comes up, and it's so huge. That's great.
Yeah, well, to get me into
massive.
really trying to climb a rope. Oh, you get there faster, Balthazar. In this case, it actually made a difference.
And I mean, you climb a rope 1 out of every 10 sessions or something. You know what I mean? So it's a really rare gift. This is awesome.
That's cool. Very, very cool. Okay,
Get out of my way, peasants! Shouts Balthazar and climbs the thicket.
You've got 2 successes now towards this. What do you want to do? You still have Karazor and Rufus can act here. There's 2 successes towards the second.
Rufus will shout at Karazor, "I know nothing of the ways of nature!"
Stand back, Rufus! And Karazor is going to use athletics to build a crude staircase out of human bodies. That's a 14.
14 is a fail.
The staircase is of poor quality.
Who would have guessed?
They just keep
corpse
moving.
case.
They won't stop squirming.
All right, we need a critical success out of you, Rufus. Nature, survival, or athletics.
A critical success is going to be, I think, impossible.
Okay.
But I will.
Even one success would help.
So I can go athletics, nature, or survival, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, I do have a bonus to these things. Is there anything I can do to buff it like Matthew so brilliantly did? I don't know that there is, except that Velthrexenbob, who has been manifested, does have a glider. That would really be stretching the definition of what the gliding ability does. No, I'm just gonna make the skill roll. I'm gonna keep it honest.
Okay.
Here we go. I am using.
Here's what I can tell you. Tell me what you're going to use. Are you going to use athletics?
I think I'm going to use athletics.
If you'd like to see if Velthrexenbob can aid you in your athletics, you could roll. You could use this gliding ability to perhaps roll Velthrexenbob's athletics and see if you get a plus 1 or 2 to your roll. What is
Okay.
aid? +1?
+1 for it.
Yeah. What is
Yeah.
Velthrexenbob's athletics?
I don't. View skills. Okay. His athletics is +9. Holy shit.
+9. All right. So I'll say gliding is going to make it DC 18 as opposed to DC 20.
Okay. He's gonna glide and he's gonna roll a 20 altogether.
A 20. All right, so you'll
Nice.
get a +1 to your athletics attempt here. As you
Okay,
try to
here we
like
go.
grab onto Velthrexenbob's wings to hover over the impenetrable thicket.
Thank you. I love everything that happened here. Godspeed. Go die. Go. And unfortunately, we're still just rolling a 15.
15 just
Do I want to
shy.
use the hero point? This does doom us to have some sort of bad outcome. I'm using the bottle cap.
Okay.
Here we go. Come on, double digits. Hit it. There we go. 18.
18 hits exactly.
Yes.
All right.
You have one more success towards your John. It's top of the next round here. The manifestation of Quicksall has made it up to your area. You still have not got out of here. Let's see if you can get out before it attacks. Same thing. You need probably one more success, maybe 2. Everything has a different number of chase points that are needed. You have 3 right now.
Okay, then Champ is holding on to Balthazar's robot leg and is going, "Please don't leave me! Please don't leave me!" and is doing nothing to help anyone at all.
That's a diplomacy check.
Roll diplomacy.
So I'm so glad that I did that acrobatics in the other one because he has got nothing in these 3 skills. So yeah, I'm gonna see if we can get it with somebody else first.
All right,
Okay.
Balthazar will try to keep climbing.
Please don't leave me.
All right. Athletics.
Okay, Natty 16.
Oh, that might
there we
crit,
go.
dude.
29.
That's
29.
a crit,
Crit
dude.
is a critical success.
Yeah.
Even with this skeleton clinging to my leg.
Yes.
Please.
Let go.
All right, so you're able to get past this. Successes if you had any extra. I won't say if you did. Do not carry over to the next goal. You now move deeper into the jungle, and there is a feral wildlife that is running away from the carnage within Hobodikuza. So you see a horde of deer, squirrels, and other usually tamed wildlife approaching you, and they're running around like crazy. Their eyes are shining with fey malevolence as their heads turn in unison and look at you as enemies, as perhaps the cause of the destruction of their
They're not
jungle. So you have some options here. Obviously, Matthew is out for this round, so You can either use deception to try to misdirect the herd. You can intimidate to cow the animals, stealth to sneak past them, or nature to perhaps treat with them to stand down.
Oh, I listen. He's not tough, but he is intimidating. Rufus is gonna march up and be like, "All you animals, get out of the way, or I will release the fire of Velthrexiburg!" Here we go. Rolling a +9 here.
Come on, get it.
Can I scare a squirrel that lives in the jungle?
A rabid jungle squirrel.
There we go. 24.
24. And that was intimidation?
That was intimidation.
Intimidation, that is one success there, one chase point. Karazor or Champ?
I'm gonna go to Karzor's also gonna do an intimidation. He's going to let out a hyena-like chittering laugh and finish it up. So get the fuck out of my way. 22.
Dude,
22.
guys.
Another success. Champ.
Yes. Dude, how could he fail? How could he possibly? Champ is going to use the deception route.
Okay.
And it's just going to be like, he's going to say, the creature's that way. You need to turn around. We all need to turn around. And I just get them to go the other way.
Just lie to the animals.
Just lie to the animals and send them directly to their death. Let me tell you how much
is
sympathy
off the edge of that cliff over there.
Champ the Skeleton has for animals. Here we go.
Dear, there's a safe house
Champ,
behind
you piece
me.
of shit. 25!
Another success. Unfortunately, the manifestation now moves into your zone, and you still have not cleared this obstacle. It's a new round. You have 3 successes. What do you want to do? Anyone can act. Anyone want to treat with the animals?
It should probably not be me. I think it should either probably be Rufus
Or me,
or Champ.
maybe.
Yeah, let's say I feel like if we get
Go
begin
for it,
to
Rufus.
anything-
Go for it.
Okay. I call this song.
Actually, I will go. I'm just going full. I'm sorry. I'm going full meta. If you roll a natural 1, you can't fix it. If I do, I can fix it. I have a
Oh,
'cause
that's
he-
a good
right.
point.
So
wanna hear that song,
he's going to continue the
I
deception.
do like that you interrupted Rufus right before he started to play.
He's just like about to like shred. Hold on.
And then a skeleton puts his hand on his strumming hand.
You dummies, why are you still running this way? It's the other way. And there it is. Natural 2. Perfect.
What?
Perfect.
What was the total?
The total was 10.
10.
So that is not a critical fumble.
That is
You're gonna
not
use
a
your
critical
rattle cap,
failure.
aren't you?
I'm not going to use it.
So in doing that math, I have a higher bonus than you, Joe.
So you tell him to hold, and now, do you want to play your song, Rufus? It was meant to be.
It was meant to be.
As I was saying earlier, I call this song The Rhyme of the Burning Eucalyptus. Okay. Look, as you might guess, The Rhyme of the Burning Eucalyptus is not a good song.
Oh, no.
In fact, it's about a 14 worth of a song.
A 14 is not enough to clear this obstacle. 20 feet tall this thing is. It's just knocking down trees as it comes. Balthazar and Karazor, how many more successes do you have in you?
I could try again.
You go and then I'll go if I need to.
Karazor is menacing these animals. They're like, you better clap! Clap at that fucking song!
Please clap.
10.
Oh my God. It's happening. It is happening.
I'm gonna use my bottle cap though.
We're gonna get
use my
tentacle
bottle cap.
porned by a giant plant butterfly.
Tentacle porned.
Is that so like late 90s anime?
It is
happening
now,
here.
baby.
It was
I'm
the
gonna use my bottle cap.
Oh, you're going to use your bottle cap. Okay.
All right, 19.
19 is a success.
There you go, buddy.
You are able to mow it down, and we move to the next obstacle. This thing
There's
is
another one.
breathing down your neck. In fact, you see it just wind up and unleash a barrage of thorns that annihilates every single one of those animals that was glaring at you. Just and it's slurping at their blood. Then suddenly you walk through the jungle and you reach a clearing right near
I think
the.
we're running.
You're running. You're gently strolling through the jungle. The worst of it is over. No, you reach a clearing near the edge of the forest, and as you do, a chill mist descends over you. Those who breathe the mist, which would be everyone except Champ and Balthazar, who
No, Balthazar.
you breathe. Okay.
I think I do breathe in mechanical terms.
All right, so everyone except Champ, you breathe in this mist, and as you do, you start to feel figments of your most terrifying and unpleasant memories from your past. What do you think those are as this mist enters your body here in the glade of screams? Balthazar.
I'm just here. Go to somebody else while I confirm that I can't. I'm not breathing. I just need to make
Rufus. What is
Rufus
your most terrible
sees
memory?
an image of himself in an inn, in a seedy inn with a needle hanging out of his arm as a sex worker pulls all the money out of his purse and then kicks him in the face before walking out on him, and he's unable to do anything because he's just drooling because his veins are full of poison.
I do not need to breathe.
You do not need
As
to
constructs, automatons typically don't need to breathe, eat, or sleep. However, the body of an automaton needs to vent an imperceivable magical exhaust at a constant rate. So as long as I don't need to breathe, but I do need to vent.
breathe. All right,
So,
so,
like if
What
you
would
were
stop you from
underwater, you
venting?
could still
Oh.
drown.
Underwater, you can drown. Yeah.
okay, it's a nice little
Interesting.
caveat.
I'm reading the same sort of thing about skeletons. Like the whole point is it's like PC skeletons just do not operate like regular monster skeletons. They're supposed to have the same difficulties that other PCs do, but it's a case by case basis.
Yeah.
So
the
like
venting-
like a skeleton could drown, for example, they say, and stuff like that.
Yeah, it says the venting process requires breathable air to prevent but I don't intake anything. So
do you breathe,
it's-
Champ?
It doesn't say you breathe it, but it doesn't say you don't. But it basically, what people are saying is like skeletons should need to be around breathable air, or it starts interfering with their necromantic energy or something.
All right, well, have a cool dream then. What is your memory? Doesn't fucking matter. What is your most horrible
Well, you know, I
memory?
was just thinking. I mean, he went down in the sanguine mist, didn't he? Underground. Like he
did.
got knocked out, went unconscious. So maybe the mist does affect him in some way.
What do you think he sees?
Is that his memory? What happened earlier in the adventure?
just a real recent
2
memory.
sessions ago.
That was his most
His
horrible
darkest
memory. He's had a pretty good life.
Yeah. Or this is the worst trip he's ever had.
What about Karazor then?
Karzur is tormented by the visions of the demise of the last side quest side sesh crew.
Yeah, seeing them at the gallows, being hung or beheaded, horrible. Here you have some options. You can try and roll perception to notice flaws that tell you that the memory that you're experiencing isn't real. You can use, if you're not experiencing these memories, you could use medicine to provide mental care to your companions. Balthazar, I imagine you see Rufus of Opara and Karazor like stricken by something that isn't affecting you. You could use arcana, occultism, religion, or nature to recognize these memories as fey illusion magic. What do you do?
Balthazar will use medicine to attempt to help. Do I pick a specific target, or just say I'm using medicine to help the
For
party?
flavor, sure, yeah.
All right, I will help Karazor. I'll be like, it's not your fault. I shake him. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Stop dying, you morons!
Okay. 13.
That is not a success.
All right, I will use a bottle cap. And change
There they
dice.
go. There they go.
I have 2 actually. Roll the exact. I changed dice and rolled the exact same roll.
Oh dear.
Natural 8.
Damn it.
Dupe. What about the rest of you? Oh wait, now it's a new. You were the last one left over, I think, from the previous round, right? So now it is a new round, and it steps into the Glade of Screams.
So this is it.
Yeah, this is it.
The Glade of Screams.
You can all do stuff here. What do you want to do? Think this through.
I have a really good Arcana bonus. I think I can get out of this. I think I can get us some chase. I can earn chase points toward a flight or
Hotel stay.
a hotel stay. Yeah.
Oh, that would be funny if you just earned enough chase points for a escape plane to roll up. I'll take you to the dock.
So Rufus is seeing the illusion of laying on the floor of the hotel room with the sex worker leaving with all of his money, and he's like, wait a second, when this really happened, I shit my pants.
I don't smell anything.
I don't smell anything. This is an illusion.
The detail they left out. They didn't know I shit my pants.
Yeah, jokes on them.
This is the thin margin. I wrote on 18 altogether.
That is a success.
Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
That is one success in the Glade of Screams. Who would like to go next? Remember, nature, a religion, occultism, arcana, medicine, or perception.
I'd like to do something fun, if I may. So I'll say his actual memory.
Now's the time to have fun.
Yeah, I'll say his is going to be the end of all things. I'll say his actual memory is he spent over 100 years in a room that had a fountain in it, like a magical pool, right? And he was ordered to never touch the pool and to just defend the pool from adventurers, from heroes. That's what he did for 100 years, and he never went back or explored the demands of his necromancer. In the vision, what he sees is that simply dousing himself completely in the fountain would have restored his actual body and his life and allowed him to easily escape. But he just never did it. He was too afraid to go against the rules. So what I want to roll is undead lore, which is the thing I would never normally use, but it will allow him to know that this is not true, and like he could not have escaped, and he is not a fool, and he was, doing what he could to get out of there. So
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
Here we
Let's
go.
see.
So, undead lore. It's gonna be a tough one. Ow! Ow! 23.
That is a
16.
success. That is an absolute success. So you're able to just shake it off. This is not real. You have 2 successes. Balthazar and Karazor have yet to act.
I'm going to try occultism this time. I have a slightly better bonus. So what am I with occultism? I'm trying to can I use that as someone who's not suffering from the vision, or do I have to use medicine?
Yeah, because you can use occultism to maybe explain to them the situation. You're like, this is fey magic at work here.
This is fey magic. You're breathing in this mist. It's causing you to hallucinate. And I slap Karazor across the face in gorilla stance.
Boom!
Okay, natty 18, 24.
Nice.
27. That is a success, and you only needed 3 chase points to complete this one.
God.
So you move on.
I really thought that was it. That this one he was going to catch up and do something bad. I thought we were out of luck.
All right. He is in the Glade of Screams. However, you now have Karazor who can act before this round ends at the next obstacle. You move forward past this clearing. Everyone's still shaking off these horrible memories. And the ground suddenly gives way in a matter akin to quicksand. But rather than salt, you notice that the ground is loose soil mixed with blood, and you're all sinking in it, and you can almost you hear the water up ahead. You can tell that the docks aren't far away, but you're sinking in a bloody mire of quicksand. Your options here: are athletics to try and haul yourself free, medicine or crafting to use reagents to coagulate the sand and make escape easier for you and your allies. Karazor, you have one chance.
Athletics and medicine. That's it.
Athletics, medicine, or crafting.
Okay. End of the line. Here we go.
Okay. Karazor is gonna just try to grab a vine and pull himself free. Natural 1.
And there it is.
That is a critical
We were due.
failure as this creature creeps up into this bloody mire right behind you. You do have a
Bloody
round
blades.
to try and make up ground here, but it is on you as you are sinking, and with it, all of your hopes, and all you think is, thank God the crown went ahead. At least the crown will be saved while you die here on this dead island. New round. What do you want to do? Athletics, medicine, craft. You can get creative here, but don't get too creative.
How about acrobatics? Is that too creative for you?
I'll do acrobatics. The DC is going to be higher.
All right, I'll take that. That is
Okay.
super fair. He will try to, swim his way out, basically. Not through the power of strength, but through speed, kicking his little bone phalanges to get out of this quicksand and hopefully not make it worse. Here we go.
I have the DC, and it's very fair based on what they've given here.
Shit. It's a higher DC. It's a 19.
That's it exactly.
Oh, amazing. I knew the other ones were 18. I was like, if he made it 20.
That is going to cancel out Karazor's critical failure, so you're back at 0 here. Karazor.
He's like, of course, I got you. I got you. Come on.
In an acrobatic manner. We have Rufus of Opara, Balthazar, and Karazor have a chance here.
Go ahead.
I'll use athletics. I'll use athletics. Maybe Balthazar will hope that by kicking his automaton legs with lots of force, he'll be able to churn this quicksand into to butter like a frog in the pot. You know, I'm mixing my things here. Anyway.
Yeah, we know where you're going for.
You know where I'm going.
Yeah.
25.
25, that is a success.
Nice.
And what was that again? What did you use?
Athletics.
Athletics, yes, that is a success. Okay. Rufus of Opara and Karazor.
Karazor's going to keep trying to pull himself out with athletics. There we go, 22.
22, that's a success as well.
The Velthrexen Bob is going to aid me by, as I'm sinking, his jaws are going to grasp my shoulder, and I'm going to be like, not so hard! And he's going to be like... Because he's like, he wants to eat me, but
Just a
ancient
little bit.
pacts, but the pact between him and my family don't allow him to do that. So can I roll his athletics first?
Yeah, roll athletics, see if you give yourself a +1.
Right. So, no, he rolled a 15.
He just starts eating some of the sand. He's like, I spit it out. It tastes terrible. And he loses his grip on you. So you're on your own.
I should have known you would give up on me just because you don't like the taste of sand.
The prophecy was correct.
Okay, here I go with my tiny athletics bonus, which is my best bonus among crafting or the other thing. Come on!
Come on.
15.
15 is a failure. Karazor, what do you do? Oh, you already acted.
That's it.
Yeah,
We're done.
All right,
It's,
this is
it's
the
over.
first time you have failed with the manifestation upon you. It rears itself up and it blasts all of you with thorns. It hits you so hard that you are all lifted out of the quicksand and thrown further into the forest. Everyone takes 13 points of damage.
Oh, no saving,
John, a little reflexy.
Baby no likey.
Damn it.
Baby no likey. Yeah, you are thrown forward, just making sure there is no reflex save, and there is not that I can see right here. So you are thrown forward, but the good news is you are out of that obstacle. And just like it did with the Fae, it starts slurping at the ground. All of your blood trails that were left behind you see just are sucked into the ground as the creature is getting more and more powerful. You reach the next obstacle, and you see in the distance the unsinkable on the dock. People are getting on. Black Thane is leading the charge. Come on! Everything's happening in slow motion. But you see... Let me see, I didn't copy paste this one very well. Like massive pillars of sand up ahead between you and the docks. Because now you're like at the shore, and the sand starts to like the Sandman in Spider-Man starts to come up and make massive hands that start to grab at you as you are running towards the dock. So you can either use crafting to identify weak points in these artificial constructs, or deception to zigzag past them, perhaps acrobatics to evade them as these hands come up as a last-ditch effort to pull you in before you reach safety and the unsinkable. New round. That thing is sucking up your blood, so maybe you have some time here. What do you want to do? Crafting, deception, or acrobatics?
I'll do acrobatics to try to bob and weave through, use his skinniness to his advantage. Here we go.
Okay.
Oh, dude. 25.
25 is a success. Rufus, Balthazar, or Karazor?
Balthazar will use acrobatics as well.
Great.
He'll try to be extra nimble now that he's out of the sand. His body pierced with thorns. Oh, I'm going to use my other bottle cap.
Oh, there she goes.
There it is.
Natural
Use
5.
him or lose him.
Okay. And I rolled natural 5. Use the bottle cap to roll a natural 6.
Oh,
What's the total? Do you have
14.
good? 14 is not a success. Karazor, champ.
Karazor is going to try to pirouette his way through the madness. With acrobatics, that is a 19.
19 is a success. I said champ, but I meant Rufus is the last one here.
Well, these are all skills that I suck bunghole at. So I guess Rufus will look at the pillars of sand and go, "What the fuck is this shit?" And then he will attempt a deception roll. Come with me behind the curtain and take a look at my +4 deception bonus.
okay. Hey,
Great.
it
And
could be worse.
zero bottle caps.
Come on,
Don't
buddy.
be a bitch, Die. Don't be a bitch. That's a natural 2.
Oh, that's a fumble.
That's a fumble.
No.
That is a bony. Because correct me if I'm wrong, that is a 6, right?
6, yes.
All right, so maybe Rufus falls, like a piece of one of the fingers trips him and he falls to the ground, slowing you down. We move to the next round. The creature is still soaking up the blood, and it does not advance into your zone while it drinks the blood, so you have a little extra time here, but for how long? New round. You only have one success here. You may have a chance to escape as it drinks your blood. Deception, acrobatics, or crafting, anyone can go.
Champ will reach out for Rufus. Rufus, take my hand.
You can use deception to pull your hand away.
Yeah, exactly. Use deception. Like, gotcha, bitch. And then he just takes off. I will roll acrobatics.
Okay.
Dude, another natty 18. 27.
Nice.
27.
Critical success.
There we go.
All right, you have 3 successes. How many do you
son of a
need?
bitch.
Okay,
Rufus,
Balthazar will
Karazor,
go.
Balthazar.
Acrobatics again, trying to. He fell last time. The ground is so unstable. He's going to center himself and try to be extra monkey.
He's got to look like Ultron, like flipping through these sandy hands.
Not a crit, but a 23.
That is a success, and that is your 4th chase point, and you only needed 4 for this obstacle. You evade these hands as they try to grab you, and you run up the gangplank. The gangplank is the gangplank.
That's where you get ganked.
You get
Those
ganked.
guys that were camping with sniper rifles.
He kicks it right as you come and says, "Fuck you! You just got gangplanked." No, you run up the gangplank. They reach for you. Everybody pulls you on boat. They push away and they shove off.
Wow.
And you leave the island of Bopon.
Wow.
Yes!
I did not
Yay!
think we were actually leaving the island. Wow.
I buy Bopon. That's awesome.
Bopon is in the distance. It appears as if you have saved the Perennial Crown, saved countless citizens who were not turned by this malevolent phase influence. So you are out of the woods. Or are you? Let's take a quick break, and then we'll find out. And we are back, and I definitely didn't just house 2 Fig Newtons.
Oh, I love Fig Newtons.
Haven't had a Fig Newton in forever. Came home the other day, sitting on the counter is a package of fat-free Fig Newtons that was clearly opened by a 5-year-old because it's ripped like a animal would open it. Half of them spilling out on the counter. It's like, give me some of those
Crumbs
Fig Newtons.
everywhere. That's a very crummy cookie.
It is.
Very crummy.
Top 10 snack, though, for sure.
Top 10, yeah. No, I
great
think
cookie.
it is. Underrated for sure.
I absolutely love. Yeah, underrated. I don't think people talk enough about how awesome Fig Newtons are. Fig Newtons are so. You know me. I am not one to not indulge.
Shower.
I indulge in anything I feel like, and Fig Newtons I don't buy because I will eat an entire sleeve. Like I can't stop. They're so good. And they blow up in your stomach. So like you think you still want another one after your third one, and then you're like, I'm very full now. I feel gross.
It's like lembas.
You just eat them.
Yes, it is.
Do you just bite them and then move on with your day, or do you like to like I like to do? I like to eat one side of it and sort of open it up and then scrape the fig with my teeth.
No, I don't do that.
Troy, that's barbaric.
It is.
I just
Are you
feel
sure
like
the
you really-
5-year-old opened that package, or did you just black out?
Did you go at it with your teeth?
Do you guys like to just spit on it and let it soften and then and then eat it like the fly?
Yeah, you get like Jeff Goldblum in the fly.
Do you spit on it and let it soften? How did you think of the grossest possible way in 1 second? That's impressive.
They used to have, they probably still do, but raspberry Newtons? I mean,
remember
even
those.
better. Even better.
That's even better. That's the one drawback of the one weakness of the Fig Newtons is like, I don't really like fig, but I love the cake like coating. And if you have raspberry, perfect. No notes.
I thought you were going to say that's the
No
one
notes.
drawback. You eat one of those now, you gain 4 pounds immediately.
Lots of them.
That's one of the real drawbacks of Fig Newtons.
It is a treat that I find is extremely rarely homemade. Like people don't like make Fig Newtons, with the exception of a neighbor that I have in this neighborhood who has a fig tree. And he came out one time to a thing and he was like, oh yeah, my wife made some, fig treats. They're basically like Fig Newtons, like they're wrapped in a little pastry cake kind of thing and baked or whatever. And they were so good. Like fresh made Fig Newtons. It was amazing.
Looks like you can still get strawberry Newtons, but then
That's fine too.
there's an
My wife and
off-brand-
I, my wife and I, Joe.
has raspberry still.
I'm sorry, Matthew. No. I was talking over you. Strawberry Newtons sounds great. I was just saying, my wife and I actually make Cheetos. We make
Homemade Cheetos?
homemade
Amazing.
Cheetos. Yeah, we make corn into a kind of a cylinder, and then we add different artisanal cheeses.
Artisanal cheese powders.
Yeah, we powder the cheese. Which
How do you powder a brie?
You got to have a bucket and a lot of sunlight.
Sun cheese.
This
call
was
it sun
all. This was all worth interrupting Matthew.
Well, far be it for me to interrupt the game that we're playing, because that was a harrowing run from the burning streets of Capodicasa into the jungle, through the clearing to the shore to make it back onto the unsinkable. You've taken some damage. Obviously, it could have been a lot worse. Make sure you listen to Cannon Fodder when we talk about this app. That could have gone sideways a million times, but they definitely have fail safes in there to make sure you don't get completely annihilated. However, you can lose the adventure straight up in the chase. And instead you took, 13 points of damage. Do you have an ability to heal this now in sort of the quiet of shoving off? Is this something you want to do?
Champ has the ability to take care of himself, but
only in shoving off. That's ominous. Shoving off is when we get downtime. We don't have 8 hours to rest right now on the boat.
It doesn't feel as if you do. There is a very there is an ominous,
malicious presence
of just maybe it's seasickness, but there's just this really quiet solemnitude amongst everyone on the boat, and people feel very uneasy. And so you pick up on this right away as you've been adventuring and fighting now for hours straight. And so you pick up on this. Your senses are heightened as well. And you see Blackthane still got his armor on, and he's silent, just watching out over the water. So you feel like maybe you want to heal here.
Can someone treat my wounds? Can someone treat?
Do we feel like
wounds?
How would you feel like this? That's do you have 10 minutes, or is it like something is coming?
Let's do this. We'll do it in 10-minute segments. Tell me everything you want to do for the 10 minutes as the boat starts to take off.
I treat my own wounds.
Okay.
And I will, I'll just do a regular old treat wounds. And I get it for, oh, wait. No, I rolled natural 1.
So you hurt yourself.
So I hurt myself.
Oh,
you just break a circuit.
No.
1d8. Is it 1d8 damage or 2d8 damage?
1d8 damage, I'm 90%
It's
sure.
like black oil starts coming out of your gears.
Get this. Here's what I do.
7 points of damage.
Oh, gosh, darn it.
That sucks. Here's what I do. I use my knowledge of society to find a healer among the refugees from Beaupont.
I love it. God, so creative. Give yourself 10 HP.
Bottle cap.
A bottle cap. Is that? Do I really get one?
Yeah, you get a skid cap. You can use it on any challenge initiated by a skid.
I rolled a 24 on that society roll, so do I find a healer?
24,
right?
you ask around and they bring you over. This is all happening in this 10 minutes. They bring us over this old man. He says, "You are in need of a healer. I am no healer, but I do have something that could help. I hope you understand you can only have one of these. It is either this potion of healing or this bottle cap."
Oh, I can only have the potion of healing or the bottle cap from earlier.
Yes, the other one will be given to my son.
Okay.
He was dying
really
right
wants
there.
that.
I promised him one of the two.
Just to be clear, is this an additional bottle cap to the one Skid gave me?
Yes, but this one can be used in this adventure.
Okay. Then I'm going to take the potion of healing.
Okay. Both have a picture of his son on it. And he just let me take that off. Here you are. Here's
Little
a single
Jimmy brand potions.
I look
potion of
down.
healing.
I
The
look
only
down
one
at
on
it-
the boat.
I look down at his innocent son and I say, "Sorry, kid. It's in my rider." And then I'm gonna take the potion. How much do I? What is it? 2d8? What is it?
Is it
2d8 plus 5 is usually around this level. The healing potion lesser.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
2d8 plus 5.
Yeah, champ, what are you doing?
Do you
Stitching
get a
together
couple
some
HP
bone.
back if Velthrexen Bob eats the kid? Just throwing that out there.
I gave you that.
Jared was too busy doing math.
Please don't.
I'm sorry, I was doing math. Velthrexenbaugh wants to eat the kid, but when he feels the healing flow through my body, which also is connected to his body, he belches loudly and then farts.
Champ and Karazor, what do you
Champ
want?
is going to immediately feeling this pressure. He's going to do a touch of corruption, and his bones start to knit back together. So that gets him some healing. But then he is while this danger may be upon us, he is refocusing for 10 minutes after that. So that just takes one instant. And then for 10 minutes, he's refocusing to try to get it back. So that's his 10 minutes. So he's still not fully healed up, but he did get some healing.
Karazor, what is happening during your 10 minutes?
Karazor really has no options, but so he's just going to be like plucking the thorns out of his flesh and just like licking the wounds that have resulted.
Okay. We'll say during this same 10 minutes, Blackthane comes over. That was harrowing. I didn't think that we'd get out of there. Is this my voice? I can't remember. But anyway,
Just say the word. Say the word cock. You said it a lot.
cock.
There we go.
There it is. Found it.
Yep, that's you.
I know not what to do next other than to swing around back to the north side of the island and make our way back to the coast. It will be a couple of days' journey, but what would you do?
Well, we have hours and hours to plan and do things. Nothing's going to happen really soon, so I guess I go to my cabin and rest for 8 hours.
Wait, before you leave. We need some sort of a plan here. This all happened very fast.
Why do you have to go around that side of the island? Can't we just take the wind straight away, far from the island, and keep a wide berth? We don't know if the creature could reach us from if the island is even in sight.
Yes, that is true. We need not return to what was the city you met me in? I can't remember. Quantium. We need not return to Quantium. We could sail straight to the east.
Yes, to Kathir, or
Absalom.
Diago.
Should we consult the Crown, your friend, Otto?
Yes, where is Otto?
Otto! I gave the crown to my first mate, Fezziwig.
Do you trust him? Do you trust him?
Fezzi, of course I trust him. I trust him with my life. Fezziwig! Has anyone seen Fezziwig?
Oh no!
The guy said,
I saw him go below deck a couple minutes ago when we got here.
Who are you? What's your name?
My name is Bill. I'm new.
Hi, Bill.
I just started working on this ship, and a hell of an adventure to start things off. But I'm Bill. I'm married. I have 2 kids. What's your name?
Balthazar punches him in the face. Why did you let him get away?
Just punch me! I'm not the first mate. Fezziwig said he was going downstairs.
Little rookie hazing.
Fuck! A robot just punched me!
Karazor shouts, "Get him!" and just grabs him and tries to throw him over the railing of the ship.
Splash!
I help. Yeah, he goes over.
And Bill drowns.
And Bill drowns immediately because Bill, while
Leaving
married,
2 children. Fatherless.
he did not know how to swim.
They call that the sailor's curse.
Let's go below
We
deck.
go
and
below
see.
decks, yeah.
All right, so this is like a 4-decker ship.
I'm at half my HP. Can't wait for this
Are we?
combat.
So we didn't have a second 10 minutes. That was 10 minutes.
This is all happening within the first 10 minutes.
Within the first 10 minutes. Got
Yes,
it.
within the first 10 minutes. And you go below deck, Balthazar, with only half HP. You go down, he's like, you should have brought us to my quarters. And he busts open the door to his quarters. And lying on the ground in a pool of blood is one of the sailors. And his hand is like outstretched towards a mirror that's standing on the ground. And there's just like a blood streak on the mirror where his hand stays at the bottom.
What? Fezziwig, what? We have a traitor in our midst. And what of the crown? Speak to it! Does it not communicate telepathically?
Wait, is this Fezziwig?
Yeah, he turns the body over. That's him.
I think you got yourselves a Dracula on board.
No.
That's my guess.
The crown. Otto! Otto, are you there?
Otto!
And all of a sudden you all hear screaming from above deck. And then like a go, big rumble through the sky, like a storm is coming or something in the sea is moving. It's just this like boom, 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 boom. And Karazor, you feel something in like the pit of your stomach, this sick feeling. It almost feels like nostalgia, but like the bad kind of nostalgia, like a feeling so powerful it almost knocks you over. What do you guys do?
We run towards the screams.
You run up towards the screams, and people are just like, pointing and shouting towards the shore. But Karazor, we follow you, we stay on you, and you hear everyone screaming, and you turn and look, and it's just like a haze. You can't even see the shore through the mist. So you turn and look, but your attention is brought towards the front of the boat because you're sailing away. Everyone is looking behind, so you move towards the front of the boat, and again, you feel that sick feeling. It almost makes you buckle over, and we'll say you grab the sides of the boat. And as you do, you see like a small island in the distance up ahead with a like a solitary mountain, might even be a volcano atop it, in the direction of where the ship is going. And the only reason this even jumps out to you is you could swear you see a solitary figure standing like near the top of the mountain. Let's say you like grab a spyglass from one of the crew members and focus on it. And you see a masked figure standing there.
Okay. Karazor says like, it cannot be. He turns and says like, we must make haste now for the safety of the active volcano.
You focus in on this figure again, looking. If only it was the mask of the crystal ghosts. Sadly, it is the unmistakable mask of the Shay, Nikesor.
Oh.
And in his hands, he holds the Perennial Crown. He slowly places the crown on his head, and you just hear Audho from like a distance. She sounds so far away. She's like, help, help. And he raises his arms to the sky. And as he does so, again, the passengers in the back of the boat start screaming. The mists part, and you see the terrible avatar of Quixal now arrive at the shore where you just left about 10 minutes ago. And it's bellowing audible bellows of frustration. You can barely hear them over the rolling surf, and you see it like fluttering agitatedly back and forth against the shoreline. But as Nikesor raises its arms, it's almost like he is at one with Quixal, and the butterfly buries its tendrils into the sand, and simultaneously you all hear Blackthane and Audho cry out in words and thoughts respectively, Pathfinders, to your battle stations! Let's roll for initiative.
Okay.
My God.
Let's
What on
roll
earth?
for initiative. We'll explain what's going on here. Blackthane yells to your battle stations. You hear Audho yell to your battle stations. It comes for the crown, Audho says. Before anyone on the ship can react, a massive arm formed from roots and thorns reaches up from beneath the sea, splitting into a net of seaweed and vines that entangle the unsinkable and hold it back against the beating wings. The beating winds. You're just held in place here in the sea. And then you see this manifestation of the Thorned Monarch leap powerfully from the beach and start soaring towards the ship, the water flattening in the wake of its outspread wings as this hateful fey creature readies to sink the unsinkable. We'll go to the map here.
Oh, dear.
There you are.
Whoa. Oh, cool.
Let me show you what this thing...
cool.
Oh, I can't show you what this thing looks like that way, but I want to show you the other way. If I may. Manifestation of Quicksaw. Boom. Saucington. Right there. Right there.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
So this is the thing that was just chasing us.
This is the thing that was chasing you. So you saw it on the shore, just kind of like trying to find a way. But with Nikasor holding the crown, it has somehow activated it. It sunk its roots in. Those roots have gone all the way from the shore underground to the sea of where the boat is, reaches up, holding the boat in place, and then it leaps towards you. It's about 100 feet away from the boat right now. Let's talk initiative, and then let's get into it. Balthazar, what did you get?
I rolled a natural 8, so I'm going to use perception, and that gives me a 13.
13. Okay. Karazor,
I got a 23.
23
Nice.
for
Karazor.
Karazor. Rufus of Opara,
12.
12 for Rufus, and Champ Kindly,
14.
14 for Champ.
Tightly clustered.
Tightly clustered. Let me walk you through what your options are here. This thing is obviously 100 feet away. Matthew is at half hit points. It explicitly says in the book you have 12 minutes before this happens. So you're really only given that 10 minutes to do something before the encounter begins. So it is 100 feet away. It will go first. And the first thing it will do is move... I'll have it double move 60 feet closer. You see it just move towards the boat. And then it is going to... you guys put yourself... I just kind of put you haphazardly on the boat. Karazor, I did say you were towards the front of the boat. Before I do anything, I want you guys to put yourselves where you think you were on the boat.
What
rather
side?
than me.
Oh, there's the butterfly.
Me arbitrarily picking.
Can I put myself in the lifeboat and row myself away?
Sailing away.
Come sail away. Come sail away.
Come sail away from this boat.
We should spread out. Spread out, Balthazar says. Perhaps we can evade some of its spray, its thorn spray.
Okay, Champ goes to the southern edge of the boat. Balthazar goes to the back. I'm saying southern in terms of north, south, east, west, but you go to the starboard side there, and Balthazar to the aft. Rufus right in the middle, and then of course Karazor.
Oh, why am I in the middle?
You can place yourself elsewhere if you'd like, Rufus. Up to you.
I just need my dragon. I don't mind staying there, actually.
Your dragon. Yes, I have him. He was right here the whole time.
Oh, I see him.
Oh, look at him. He's right next to me.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, what the hell? I'll stay right here.
Okay, great. All right. So
Am I clustered too close to Balthazar? Actually, sorry for
Champ.
the indecision. So too close to Champ. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna go. Oh, dear me. I'm gonna go. I guess. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go down here.
Okay. With its final action, it is going to shoot a thorn at Karazor. As if it knows who it wants to attack. That is a 27 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay. This is nasty. Actually, shouldn't be too bad.
It is a huge creature, it appears.
Huge.
13 points of piercing damage, and you will take 1d4 bleed on your turn.
Oh,
It
man.
hits you hits you with this thorn, and you are bleeding. I will add the persistent John here. 1d4. Bleed. Okay. How much damage did I say?
13.
13, okay. Yeah, so boom, you get hit by this spike, and you just start gushing blood. Now, here's the good news. It is Karazor's turn, and you will have one other weapon at your disposal. There are cannons on the boat.
Oh.
You could move to the cannons and fire the cannons, and it is 2 actions to fire the cannons, and I will tell you what the cannons do. You help the Unsinkable's crew to fire the ship's cannons at the manifestation of Quicksall. The cannons fire either cannonballs or harpoons at a range of 100 feet. Attempt an attack roll with a plus 17 bonus against the manifestation, and there are certain things that can happen based on your level of success. And you can choose, if you choose to harpoon it, success allows you to pull it closer as well as doing damage to it, whereas I believe you do more damage with the cannonball, but you don't get the added bonus of pulling it towards you. So keep that in mind. That is an option for you. And now it is Karazor's turn.
Karazor would like to try to harpoon this thing.
Okay, all right, so you move to the station and you fire away a harpoon. Give me a roll with a plus 17 to hit.
Okay. There's a 31.
31. That is a hit, not a crit. All right, so a success. The manifestation takes 1d8 plus 4 piercing damage and is pulled 15 feet closer towards the Unsinkable.
Nice.
Okay, that's 8 damage.
Okay. And that is Karazor's turn. At that momento, let me see how they describe this in the book, because they do a much better job than I will. Something like fires up from underneath the boat. Where is it? Basically a like thorny cocoon like pops up, breaking through the wood floor and just sprouts on the deck, and it shows up right in the middle of the boat. So I'll put it right there. Hello. Okay, now let's see what he wants to do. He is going to... Okay, I can do... where is everybody standing? Where's Rufus of Opara? Oh, there he is, down there. He's upside down. All right.
How did that happen?
You fell to the ground. It was quite embarrassing.
All right, he is going to step down to the starboard edge of the boat, and then he is going to do this activity right towards Rufus and Velfrexenbob, known as Hypnotic Thrum. It's a 30-foot line. Just give me a will save.
Who is it targeting me?
You and Velfrexenbob, so 2 separate will saves.
Okay. And this is coming from the big Mamma Jamma, right?
No, this is the little guy that's on the boat over here.
Oh, the little cocoon?
Yeah, little cocoon. It's
okay.
like getting into your mind.
That is a 17 from Rufus.
Okay.
And a 25 from Velfrexenbob.
All right, Velfrexenbob is unaffected. Whatever mental hypnosis it's attempting to inflict upon you, Velfrexenbob is able to shake off. However, something about what's being fed into your mind, Rufus, is leaving you feeling a little bit off. It's almost like the will of this Quicksall is being exerted through this piece of it that is sprouted on the deck, and it's left you feeling fascinated. So you take the fascinated position.
No, I don't want to.
I don't like feeling that way.
Fascinated, not so bad. Or is it? You are compelled to focus your attention on something, distracting you from whatever else is going on. You take a -2 status penalty to perception and skill checks, and you can't use actions with the concentration trait, concentrate trait, unless they or their intended consequences are related to the subject of your fascination is determined by me. Blah, blah, blah. This condition ends if a creature uses hostile actions against you or any of your allies. So we will keep that in mind. And now it is Champ's turn.
All right, so Champ was going to cannon this thing, but now...
Sorry, Champ, just 1 second. You were bleeding Karazor, so you take 4 points of bleed damage and give me a recovery check.
Okay. Fail.
Fail. Okay, so you remain bleeding, and Karazor just takes 4 points of bleed. Now it's you, Champ.
Man. Yeah, Champ was going to try to fire at this thing, but now... with this cocoon on deck menacing Rufus and Belthexenbob, he will move to that creature, and he's just gonna swing at it with a kukri.
Okay.
And see if he can damage it. Here we go. Slices. Natural 3. And then he will... Man, I hate this. He will slice again. I have to try.
He will slice
I have
again.
to try. Natural 20.
There we go.
There it is.
There
On
we
the
go.
second slice, humongous.
That is a
Humongous.
fan critical.
That is a fan critical. Let's hear from. Oh, this one's to me. All right, from Bjorn in Halakis, Vastra Gotlands,
Nailed it.
Iron Sveringe.
Sweden.
Yep. Man,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm there.
I feel like I'm there. And the best part is I pronounced it all right.
Really, really impressive.
This one is called 5 is the best number, Joe. It's written to me. Amazing. You don't know why and you don't know how you did it, but your attack is the best attack you've ever made and probably ever will make. Everything just went right. When you connect with your target, just know that you became an instrument of total destruction. Double damage. If a PC drew this, have Joe roll a d20. If he gets a natural 5, instead deal double max damage.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
So I will roll a d20. So we're doing double damage unless I roll a natural 5. No, natural 10.
Okay.
But still
fun.
double damn Zoni, which is fantastic. That is going to be oh man, that's 24 points of slashing and then 1d8 persistent bleed if it
that's
bleeds.
Great.
Wow, it certainly does. 1d8.
Nice, it bleeds. All right, so
If it
that's
bleeds,
what I
we can
was
kill
like.
it.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. It's like if it was a purely like mentally kind of creature or something and it was just made from magic, I was like, come on. All right, great.
Very cool. Okay.
And that's his turn. So
and that's his
move
turn.
up and strike twice.
It is now Balthazar's turn. Balthazar is in rough shape back there.
Yeah, so I'm going to do some battle medicine on myself. Just
Okay.
to get things started. 'Cause, this could go bad fast.
Keep you in the fight.
Natural 16. Okay, so I'll do some healing. That's one action. It's 2 actions. to fire
Wait. Did you crit?
No, 21.
Okay. I didn't know if you had a +9 in medicine.
No, I do not. Okay, I do all right. I get back 11 points. Heal. Okay. All right, and then you said it's 2 actions to fire the cannon.
Yes, it can be done once per round. So last
so
round.
Karazor already did
we're still in the same round, right?
Yeah, I haven't gone yet.
Yes. So guys can do it again next round, and anyone can take that.
I didn't
action.
realize that. Okay, well that made that decision easier. All right, great.
All right, well then I will use my my incredible movement as a monk to move 35 feet towards the cocoon.
Awesome.
And with my final action, flurry of blows.
Yeah, smack it up.
Okay, crack die on 1, natural 20.
Yes!
Oh my god.
There we go.
So it will be a. This is not in gorilla stance, so let me take gorilla stance off. Okay, so it'll be a 17 and a natural 20.
17 and a natural 20. The 17 is a miss. Natural 20 is obviously a crit, and that's gonna be another fan.
Another fan critical.
Yeah.
All right, this one from Robert Sizul Alvarez in Vallejo, California.
I know that person.
Cosmic interference. Oh, wait. Sorry. This is a misappropriated crit. It is in the wrong place.
Is that a fumble?
Sorry, Robert.
It's a
Oh, no,
fumble.
I'll have to redo
Let's
that one.
use it anyway. Rules are rules.
It was for Starfinder.
It was for
apply the
it was for
fumble
a
to the
magical crit, which
My fists are magical.
yeah. Well, let's just do it because I don't feel like trying to redo skin this guy's thing. So Robert did it, and we got you, Robert.
You're gonna give him a free magical crit?
Yeah, but it's nothing too crazy. So it let's just say you hit this thing, power surges through you, and as you strike the target, a celestial cacophony erupts. Items are blasted away and singed, and strange humidity lingers. So double damage, and then the target makes a fortitude save.
Okay, that'll be 12 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay. My fortitude save was a 26.
Sorry, 16 points of damage.
16 points of damage.
Same
Okay.
Okay.
in that.
And you got a 26, so then you do damage again, but it's normal damage.
All right, normal,
nice.
normal
So
damage
on a
again.
success, you deal normal damage again.
Okay, another 11 points of damage.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So that thing is in terrible, terrible shape.
All right.
But it's not down after all that. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's it looks like it's on its last legs. It is Rufus of Opar's turn. You're fascinated, but you can still act. You just you can't use something with a concentrate trait.
I have to act against. Well, I can as long as I use it against the cocoon, right?
I believe that is correct.
Right. Okay. Velthrexenbob moves here. That's action number 1. And then we're gonna act together. First, Velthrexenbob's gonna slash the thing. I'm not.
Here's
gonna
what you can do. You can I don't know if you can. Well, you can. You can slash. Yes, you can't cast a spell against it. It says, for instance, you might be able to seek and recall knowledge about the subject, but you likely couldn't cast a spell targeting a different creature.
targeting a different creature.
Yeah,
if
that
I
is-
targeted that creature,
You can zap that guy.
I could zap
Yeah,
it.
I think you're right. Yeah. So go ahead,
Yeah.
do whatever you like.
Well, that's okay. I'm not wasting my spells on a cocoon that's mostly dead. I'm just going to have our good buddy Relthrexenbob slash it with his claw to the tune of, that is a 27 versus its AC.
Oh my god.
That is a hit.
Kill
Almost
it.
a crit.
Dragon.
Did you say it's a crit, not a crit?
Almost a hit. Yeah, I mean almost a crit. Excuse me.
Okay. Damage for that attack is 10.
And it is dead.
Yeah.
It is gone.
Amazing.
Which is huge because it had this really cool ability that I could only use if someone was fascinated, and it feeds on your thoughts. Anyone that it fascinated, it feeds on your thoughts and leaves you like stupefied. You wouldn't been able to cast. It's pretty nasty. But
cool.
you guys took out this cocoon. So right now, the only enemy you see is this manifestation of Quicksalt. Do you have any actions left, Rufus?
I do. So I moved, then that was my act together. So Rufus gets a turn. He's going to fire his crossbow at the giant manifestation of Quicksalt.
Awesome.
Okay.
And
What's your range on your crossbow?
120 feet.
Oh yeah, all day.
Okay.
Thunk.
And that is a 20 versus its AC.
That is a miss.
Oh,
just boom,
baby.
Boom, lands in the water.
I'm sorry, baby. Okay, so
Yeah, so we know that a 31 wasn't a crit. So at least
Yeah.
at least
it's
higher
at
than
least
21.
22.
Yeah.
okay. Let's see.
It's a beast.
I'm going to have, for final action, have Rufus get closer, and I'm not going to tell you why. It's a secret. Okay, that's my turn.
That's your turn. We go to round 2. It is the creature's turn. The first action of the creature is to move forward. It starts flying ever so close to you all. And as it does, it like flutters its wings, and this like dust starts to come down and cover the whole ship. Everyone roll a will save.
Spores.
Is
Spores!
this
That's not gonna
disease
do
or
it.
poison?
Fair enough. It is not.
Damn it.
It does not have either of those traits.
22.
22.
22.
22 for champ!
14 for Balthazar.
Oh.
Not a 22.
16.
16, also not a 22. Well, here's the good news. Champ and Rufus both succeed. You are unaffected by this. However, both Balthazar and Karazor failed. You begin hallucinating. You look down at your bodies, and they look like they are, like Balthazar, you look down, and it looks like your body is turning into a plant. But a plant you haven't seen for like 1,000 years, like a plant from your past. You look down, you're like, I haven't seen this species in so long. I am this species. You're turning into it. Karazor, same thing, except you are turning into some animal from your homeland. Obviously not a gnoll. What do you think? What kind of animal is native to the area in which you grew up?
Humans.
A hyena on 2 legs.
A hyena on 2 legs. So you go from a gnoll to a hyena. You are.
Yes, the walking hyena.
A bipedal hyena with bad vision.
Karazor, you become enfeebled 1. And Balthazar, you become clumsy 1.
Jeez.
Enfeebled is such a brutal thing for a fighter. It's so aggravating.
Enfeebled 1, you're physically weakened. When you are enfeebled, you take a status penalty equal to every John on your John. And then clumsy 1. This condition lasts for 1 hour.
All right, yeah, this doesn't affect anything important, though. Just dex-based DCs, so AC, reflex saves, range attack rolls, skill checks. It's fine.
We're really lucky.
Okay. Now, let's see here. I am going to fire a thorn at Balthazar. 25 to hit.
Yes.
Hits old Balthy. Why'd I put those dice away? 7. You're going to take 12 points of piercing damage, and you will also take bleed unless you can't bleed.
No, I can bleed. I bleed magical fluid.
And you will take 1d4 bleed on your turn, and then it will fire a second thorn at Rufus of Opara.
Making sure you have the action economy for all this.
Yes, I flew, and that enacted an aura, which didn't use an action. Thorn.
Oh, the dust is an aura that doesn't take an action?
Yeah, it's an aura effect. Damn. It is a 34. No, excuse me. With the map, it is going to be less. So this might be a crit, might not. It is going to be a 29 against your AC.
It's a crit. It's a crit.
It's a crit. All right. It wasn't a nat 20 for this
It's a
named
crit.
creature.
That's a crit! It's a crit!
11. You take 22 points of piercing damage.
God in heaven!
Scared of me.
Oh my God, Mom, help!
You also take 1d4 bleed.
Are you shitting my fuck right now?
I hope not. I hope I'm not. And that is thankfully the
How much
end.
bleed? I'm sorry, Troy. How much bleed?
You will take 1d4 bleed, but it won't tick until the end of your turn.
Right, okay, got it.
All right, now it is Karazor's turn, and here's the horrible thing here, which I just want to make sure. Yes, a creature starting its turn in the aura has to attempt another will save, so I need another will save from you, Karazor.
My worst save. I'm not going to make it. 20.
20, that is a fail. You are also clumsy 1 now. So you are
gonna
enfeebled
die!
1 and clumsy 1, but you may start your turn.
Why bother?
Just throw yourself off
I
the
don't,
ship.
I don't play these games to die. I'm upset. I only want good things to happen to my character.
Yeah.
I'm going to just try to fire the harpoon again. For all
Okay.
the fucking good it'll do.
Bring it closer.
That is 24.
24 to hit is a hit just barely.
All right.
All right.
Bring it in!
All right, damage is going to be 1d8 plus 4.
5 points of damage.
5 points of damage.
Oh, minimum damage.
We're on the map.
And you will pull it 15 feet closer. So let's just get it right above the boat.
There we go. Hi,
So
hello.
again, you're hitting it, you're pulling it, and then it detaches. Yes, you see like people on the boat, like the Black Thane is like trying to protect the people. He's pushing them below deck. The crew members are trying to do stuff. Everyone else is just trying to keep everyone else alive while you guys
They can try to keep us alive by helping.
combat this. It says they don't help.
It always says that. It's so weird.
Well, here's the thing. You could attempt to have them use the harpoon if you'd like, but they can't use it every single round. They can only use it every other round, and they're a lot clumsier with it. So you do have that option if you want to save your actions to direct them to do it, but it won't be as frequent and it won't be as accurate. I do want you to know you do have that option. But as written, that's the only help that they're supposed to provide here, as they are focusing on protecting everybody else from this. Okay, so that is Karazor's turn, and now
Persistent damage.
Oh yes, persistent damage. You will take, in this case, another 4 points of bleed damage.
Oh my God, max
Jeez,
both
man.
times?
I'm doing it on Foundry as well, and then give me a DC 15 flat check to try and remove the bleed. Nope. So Karazor is still bleeding. I mean, this is a final stand against a creature.
Final round.
Yeah.
Thousands of years ago, and it is Champ's turn.
Okay.
I did have one
I
more
wish I could do
action.
something for you, Karazor.
Oh, you did have. I'm sorry, Karazor. You did have one more action. You were already at where the harpoon is. We'll say.
So I can't move and take cover. I can. That's 2 actions, right?
Correct. You can move into cover and get the cover bonus. Taking cover just doubles the bonus.
Okay, I will. So Karazor will limp bleeding behind the mast of the ship, so he gets some cover from the moth.
Awesome.
Great. Yeah. Totally. Champ.
Okay, pulling the creature in close, Champ will charge up toward it, assuming I can attack it, right, in melee?
Yeah, we'll say it is at your level.
All right, so he's reaching up, and swinging with this kukri.
I need you to roll a will save.
Oh, so it's not when you pass it, you're not immune?
It's where, yeah. Well,
It's an aura.
that is an option that you did not get.
Got it. Will save. That is a 17.
Let's make you enfeebled 1 as well. I know. It's tough.
It really takes the wind out of your sails.
You have the option to rise above.
Old. All right.
As
Okay.
Entertainer. You got this.
Wait,
Champ.
enfeebled doesn't lower my 2 hit with a blade?
Do you do dex with your...
Strength-based rolls and oh, that's because I'm doing dex-based attack. All right, that's lucky. All right, got it. So I will swing with the kukri. Just need a natural 20 here. If we can make this thing bleed, that changes everything. So just need a natural 20. That's 20. How about natural 4? All right. I don't even like playing anymore. Second swing. This is where I got the natural 20 last time. Come on, champ. Be a champion. Gave myself a shot. Right on the line. 22.
22 is a miss.
That was a really rude slow roll. That was messed up. You were like, that's a miss.
Because I thought it was a hit. Nope. That's a miss.
That's a miss?
That is a miss at 22. It is Balthazar's turn. Balthazar, I need a will
You
save.
could have just killed us by fiat. Could have saved 45 minutes.
Yeah, that would have been natural 20 on the will save.
Natural 20 on the will
that's
save.
the important
There
one.
you go.
All right, so that's huge. You are unaffected.
Great. Okay, first action, gorilla stance. Second action, step. But without measuring the distance first. And then third action, flurry of blows.
Punch it. Punch it,
Okay.
Chewie.
First attack is a 22.
Miss.
Miss. Oh. Okay, second attack. It's a 19.
19.
These are great rolls. Unfortunately, the creature has a 29 AC.
All right, and of course you are bleeding. You will take 4 points of bleeding damage because Foundry hates you.
Are you doing it right? Is it set to bleed 4?
It's 1d4, and and look at if the cocoon had lived, it would have taken 1 point of bleed damage.
18 on the flat check.
18 on the flat check, so you are no longer bleeding, but you do take that 4 points of blood. Okay.
Terrible. Terrible.
I don't like that at all. 4, 4, 4 on 3 straight D4s, and then a 1 on the 1d8 when it's the monsters roll.
All right, it's Rufus's turn, and you will only take 1 bleed because I just accidentally skipped your turn here, but it's your turn.
Oh, okay. I'm taking 1 bleed. Okay.
Yeah, you can take it now or at the end.
Let me just take it right now. Let me just take that motherfucker right now. So,
and here's what I'll tell you is like as you as Balthazar. Well, go ahead, Rufus. Do your turn.
right now it's all about not dying before I do something useful. And I'm going to unleash my friend Velthrex and Bob's breath weapon against our friend.
Awesome.
Burn it.
You must make a basic reflex save, giant green moth.
Dirty 20.
Fuck you. You take half damage because that's a success.
Okay.
Okay. And that'll be
So we're gonna have to do, Skid.
I know.
half damage from the fire is going to be 4 damage. You're welcome.
Okay. You
now
do
listen,
hear it scream as it's hit by
vulnerable.
the fire.
Vulnerable to fire, dude.
Now I'm acting together there, so my
Weak to
friend Rufus is also going to fire his crossbow along with that attack, and he is going to roll a not enough to hit this motherfucking giant AC. So that's a 17. So then for my final action, Rufus is going to get a little bit of cover by jumping behind this dinghy here on the boat. That's my final action.
Okay, jumps back behind, and then you take your 1 point of bleed damage. Give me a flat check, DC 15.
DC 15 flat check and 17.
17, all right.
Dude,
so
you did it.
are no
I did
longer
it.
bleeding. However,
And I
when
did
you
4 damage.
That's awesome.
at least 4, maybe more. And when
Oh,
you do
yeah.
take that 1 point of bleed damage, the creature uses a reaction. The blood that comes off of you hits a plank on the floor, and then it like disperses into a fine mist that floats up towards the manifestation of Quixal, and he siphons it up with his proboscis, regaining hit points.
You know what else we forgot? We forgot my will save.
We did forget your will save. Thank you for being honest.
Thank you for being honest.
I'm a well-behaved schoolboy. Here is my will save. My will save is not so good. It's a 15.
15. You are stupefied one.
Whoa, that
That
sounds
is mean. Do you
I
just
know.
pick it by class and give
Yeah.
the worst thing?
Yeah, you can pick. So I'm making it bad. As a spellcaster, that is going to be brutal. Stupefied 1 for Rufus of OP. Then we go to round 3. You have struck this creature. You have done some damage.
We stuck it twice with a harpoon.
Struck it twice with a harpoon.
The
I saw
only way
that.
we've hit it is when we've had a plus 17 to hit.
All right. It is going to basically it reaches down with its tendrils and it starts like shaking the fucking boat. And so it's
my
going
God.
to use a ability known as capsize.
Oh, God.
And so I'm going to roll 1 athletics check and compare it to all of your fortitude DCs. So everyone look at your fortitude score, add 10, and keep that number in mind.
I mean, I can't even hear what number you say. I can't wait to hear what number
Yeah,
you
I
say.
know.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, 21.
That's not that bad.
Not as bad as I thought. Especially
rolled-
since my fortitude DC is 72. I can make up numbers also.
I believe that would get all of us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, you all trip and fall prone as the boat begins to capsize.
Unfucking believable. Is there one fucking opportunity to do fucking anything of substance, maybe?
It just starts shaking the boat, and you hear wood cracking, and you all fall to the deck. In fact, you see some of the people fall over the deck into the water. Some of these civilians are going to be lost.
Good.
Good.
And they'll
At least
die.
that's a silver lining.
All right, that was
If we all die, at least a whole bunch of innocent people died too.
Always look on the bright side of life.
all right. So I am going to then, with my final action, attack. Yeah, I have one more action. That was 2 actions. I'm going to attack either Champ or Balthazar with my proboscis. I'm going to say 1 through 10 is Balthazar, 11 through 20 is Champ, and I rolled a 5. Balthazar, here comes its mighty proboscis. That is a 30 to hit.
That is a crit. It's a critical.
Oh boy. Let me get my D12s out. Okay, very bad damage. That is 20 points of piercing damage.
Balthazar is unconscious and died.
Oh, for God's sake.
No!
I was going to do something really cool next turn too, so you'll never know now.
Balthazar is dying. Let's see if I have the dying condition. Oh, I do. That's what I wanted to put on you. Oh, that's cool. When you look at Balthazar, everybody looks like a memory.
It was like if you look at my sheet, everything is grayed out.
Oh,
I
that's
can see the pulsing
amazing.
outlines of your characters with like a swirly spiral at the center of them.
That's so fucked
Oh,
up.
that's cool.
is
I've
fucked
never seen that before. Yeah, with the dying condition. Of course, with the dying condition, you also are still clumsy. One, you're blinded, you're flat-footed, you're prone, and you're unconscious. The rest of you are just prone. That is the end of its turn. Karzar, you're up and prone.
Okay, Karzor will stand. The last stand of Karzor.
Oh, that's the episode title.
He's going to kind of.
Swim away! Swim away! Take the lifeboat!
I mean, he just died on the water, so he's gonna run up, kind of like swaying, bleeding.
Look at the 3 of them standing. Well, actually, Balthazar's laying.
Yeah. And he can't do a power attack because he only has the 1 action, so he's going to swing normally.
Come on, natural 20.
Natural 2. So.
Natural 2. So Karzor just like bleeding as he strides up to the boat. And of course, we'll take 3 points of bleed, and we'll get a flat check. Get a flat check from Skid in season 3, because he has left season 2. And it is now Champ's turn. Come on, Champ.
Yeah.
We need you.
Yeah, for sure.
It stinks to lose, but
so-
maybe you'll win.
Let's go through a few checklist items. First of all, do you have the right adventure / the right stat block? Mm-hmm. Item 2, do these negative effects that when you fail on the will saves, are they for 1 round, or are they persisting forever?
They last for an hour. In fact, thank you for remembering, Skid, I needed, and in addition to the 3 points of bleed, I need a flat check and then a will save since you started your turn in the
Right.
John's key.
I did make the flat check.
Okay, so you're no longer bleeding.
That's good.
Fortitude save?
Will save.
23.
23. Okay. You are unaffected this round. Champ, before we get into the things of this, let me just get a will save from you. Then you can
Does
ask
this
your
have the
dumb questions.
mental trait?
It does have the mental trait.
Then I get a skeleton bonus that I wasn't adding before. So you know what? Let's just go ahead and remove enfeebled. We'll make it make it fair.
I think it was a pretty low roll.
Oh, dude, great. 26.
26. You're all
He's
right.
all right.
This is what you may need this round.
Then he will get up. He will swing So dumb. What a dumb, stupid situation. Natural 5. And I mean, it doesn't even matter, dude. I can roll.
You needed the 5 earlier.
Dude. It's
It doesn't
ridiculous.
matter. I rolled a natural 15 and a natural 19.
Yes, I was going to say, if I roll a
it's
natural
like-
14, it's still a miss. Like, maybe I should have like told them to hit it with a cannon. Can they hit it with a cannon once he's this close to the boat?
Sure.
All right, and with his last action, he will. I'm just gonna swing again to try to crit. It's the only option. He'll swing again and try to crit.
Okay.
Come on, buddy. Natty 15. That is a 21.
21 is a miss.
Natural 15.
No, we're only hitting with the cannons or with a natural 20.
Yeah.
It is Rufus of Opara's turn.
Okay, so here's what happens. He's going to cast Produce Flame while acting together with
Yes.
Velthrexin
Good.
Bob.
Yes.
Now he is
Good
taking a status penalty to his spell attack because of the stupefied condition.
Okay.
But
He also has to roll a flat check or lose the spell.
That's right. Okay, so he has to roll 5 or above, right?
5 plus the stupefied value, which I think is 1, right?
6.
So it's
6.
6.
Sorry,
Okay.
just 2 things. One, Joe, did you get up from prone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Just remember you're prone, Rufus, but also can you give me the will save to start the turn?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that first. The will save comes out to a 20.
20. All right, so you are clumsy 1.
God in
addition.
heaven.
In addition to everything
Can I
else.
cast a spell while laying on my ass behind this boat?
Sure, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
here
save
it comes.
the actions.
I'm also clumsy.
Oh, you're stupefied too, right? So you have to make a flat check.
Yeah,
I'm stupefied as well, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
And you need to make that flat check, yeah.
But I make it at the end, right?
No, if you.
Oh, yeah, the flat
or
check
you
for the
lose
spell. The flat check for the spell. Okay, here we go. Got to make a 6 or above. That's an 8. I made it. Okay.
You're on your back!
Yeah. Okay. Here comes the spell. Produce Flame. And let's see. I'm making a spell attack against the target's AC, -1 because of my stupefied condition. Here we go. That is nice. That is a 27 altogether.
There
That
you go.
is a hit.
Nice.
Okay.
That'll hurt it.
Oh, so glad, too, to trigger that weakness.
Yeah.
Okay. So here is the damage. The damage is... it's only 2d4 from Produce Flame, so it's 3 damage plus the fire weakness that I think it has.
Right?
Okay. Now, that was an act together, so that means Velthrexin Bob is able to move into melee. Right there.
Okay.
And now Velthrexin Bob, for the final action, is just going to slash it with his claws.
The outline and the pulsing outline and swirly swirl of Velthrexin Bob is slightly red.
Wow.
Oh, is it? That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Go, Claw, go! Not goddamn bad. 26 versus
That is a hit
AC.
as well. Is Rufus of Opara gonna turn the tides here?
I'm gonna win this for us, gentlemen, with a damage of... Oh, that die went off the fucking... God, sucking fuck my ass.
All right, okay.
All right. Sorry.
How do you suck an
Okay.
ass? You just
That
put
is-
your mouth right up to it?
Here's seven slashing damage from the claw.
7 slashing damage. All right, this thing is a little bit hurt.
Oh, boy.
All right,
A
and
little
you,
bit. Oh, and now my flat check to get rid of wait, do I flat check to get rid of any of my conditions?
No, you are no
Stupefied?
longer bleeding. However, it now goes to the top of round 4. We got ourselves a 4-rounder here. Balthazar, you are dying 1. Thankfully, you are no longer bleeding. That would have been brutal, as nobody's going to help you. Talk to me here. You want to make a fortitude or a
Recovery
flat check? Yeah, DC 11, right?
Yeah, 10 plus your dying value, unless you have toughness. Matthew.
Oh, sorry, Balthazar. I forgot I'm the one that's down.
Balth, up to you.
Do I have toughness? Balthazar does not have toughness.
He ain't tough.
No, he's a monk. 16.
16. All right, so you lose the dying condition, and you are wounded 1 and unconscious still.
All right, and I dream a dream of all of the memories of the Jiska Imperium 7,000 years ago that will be lost when I
You should
sink.
upload those memories before you die.
I should have uploaded them to the cloud. Sadly, I did not.
A passing cloud.
A passing cloud. Upload them to a passing cloud. What is he doing?
What is he doing?
I don't think it works, whatever he's trying. It is Quicksal's turn.
Dude, I mean, we're fighting a demon of the ancient world. This is... We're level 3! Right? Or are we 5? It feels like we're 3. Yeah, we're 3.
We're level 3.
We're very, very 3.
I wonder if unconscious people... Now, if you're unconscious, I'm going to say you don't have to roll against the hallucinatory scale dust.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I can't help but give here. All right, so it is going to be old Quixie's turn. Quixie's Midnight Runners is going to come after Champ here with its proboscis. That is a 32 to hit.
This is why I swung a second time instead of raising a shield. Because I was just like, it's pointless.
Yeah.
Is that a crit?
Of course, that is a crit. It would be a crit with the shield, too.
28 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
And that's a bad roll.
It just really bothers me that I think... It just... Why do these all feel the same, and it never feels this way playing with anyone else's GM? Like, is that just a coincidence?
Sometimes things are hard, and it doesn't mean that I'm getting something wrong.
Okay.
They're just hard.
I'm just
dying
curious. I am not dying, no.
Okay, so you're still up.
I'm still up.
All right, then I'll hit you again with the proboscis. Actually, I'll spread the wealth. This one's coming at Karazor. All right, that is probably a miss with a 15.
That is a miss.
Oh, excellent.
Okay, and then you know what I'll do here is I will do another proboscis. This is going to be same thing, 1 through 10, 11 through 20. All right, this one's coming at Karazor again. Very, very low chance to hit here. And misses with a 13. So a good round here to have a chance at taking out Quixal. It is Karazor's turn.
Come
No
on.
longer bleeding, no longer prone.
We
All
need
right.
crits. Crits for days.
For sure. Karzor is going to take a step to the port side of the boat to get in flanking with Felthrexenbob, and he's going to do a power attack.
Here we go.
Yes.
Oh.
Natural 3.
Oh, wait.
Natural fucking 3.
And I also need a will save. Sorry. Really sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Fail.
Fail. We'll just make you stupefied 1.
Great.
Now you've got one of each.
This is our job, but sometimes this feels like work, and this is one of those.
This is one of those times.
I feel like I'm working on an Excel spreadsheet, looking at my fucking watch, just hoping I'll make that train. You know, this is awful. This is really awful.
All right, so is that it, or no? You got something
That's it.
left.
That was 3
it's a power
actions.
attack. Okay, Champ
All right. Will
just got
save.
blasted by this.
No question about this. All right. Well, that's just a fail, so that's good.
Yes,
So
we'll
16.
say fail. Okay. Fail. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's make you clumsy 1, because that will hurt you the most.
A clumsy skeleton.
Dude, we can't even hit regular. We can't hit regular.
It only lasts for an hour. Somewhere in
all right,
your
I'm
watery
going
grave, you will
to-
no longer be clumsy.
I am going to use that final touch of corruption and heal, and then I will attack with the kukri. Here we go. Gotta have the
Bloodletting Kukri, Leljeshin's family weapon.
his family weapon. Gotta have the natural 20. It's the only option. Here we go. Gotcha. That is a 25.
Nice.
That is a hit. That is a hit.
Is that a crit?
No.
Is that a crit?
Not even close.
Not even close.
25 a crit.
A 22 is not a hit, so I don't think that's a crit.
I think a little hopeful
Just
there.
checking. Just checking. Okay, very, very, very good damage. Can't do much better than that. 12 points of slashing. And then, like I said about the shield, why shield myself? Who cares? I'm attacking one last time and attempting the natural 20. Here we go. Probably last round, we'll see champ. Here we go. Gah! Fail. Miss.
Fail for the champster. Okay. Rufus of Opara had a hell of a round last time. What do you got left, Roof?
Well, let's see. So Rufus he's prone. Can he fire a crossbow from his prone position if he's kind of ducked down behind this boat?
I
Yeah,
think
you
by
just
the
take-
rules you can. You take a -2.
Okay. So a -2. Oh, he can't weather that. He stands up.
Okay. No longer prone.
Yeah. He
Just
stands
stupid
up.
and clumsy.
He stands up, and since it's a cantrip, I think that I had something really specific in mind, but now I don't have enough actions because I stood up.
I'm sorry to say this. This is getting annoying, but I do need another
the will save. The
yeah.
will save. It's getting annoying.
It's finally now reached the point where it's getting a little annoying.
This is starting to get annoying.
Hey, what do I get, Troy? Give it to me, because I rolled a 9.
A 9 is a critical failure.
Oh, mama!
So, on a critical failure, this is just so stupidly terrible. You are now going to go to stupefied 3.
Suck a ding dong.
Suck a dick. Wait a minute. Can't you cast Produce Flame, or is that something you can't do?
Of course I can. I can.
No,
yeah.
let me just make sure. These might not stack. It says each time a creature fails this save, you can choose an additional condition. Critical failure takes you to stupefied 2, but you were already at stupefied 1.
But it should have stupefied should have been gone by now. Doesn't it go down each
No,
round?
not
No, it lasts an
stupefied.
hour. Yeah, I
It
have
just
no
lasts
reason.
an hour.
I have no reason to believe they don't.
Only an hour, Jared. Only an hour to
1
use
hour.
Troy's parlance.
I don't want to play anymore. I think you should leave. I don't want to be around anymore. Okay. Well, let me just take my broken baby doll of a character with one eye missing and an arm all bent the wrong way, and let me try. With a stupefied 3, my spell attacks are mush.
But wait,
They're
we're not doing
terrible.
that, right? You're not doing Stupefied 3, right?
It's at least stupefied 2, but I don't see
Why
any
is it
reason.
Stupefied 2?
Because a critical failure, you go to stupefied 2.
No, but each time it fails, it gets a new condition. You already gave him Stupefied, so it's got to be something else too. Enfeebled 2. Something like that, right?
Fair, but like I'm just trying to see if they stack. Yeah, that's a good point.
I thought that's what you were saying. You were like, oh, I'm reading this. Oh, it's
the condition lasts each time a creature fails. He can choose an additional condition. But if you just keep failing, I don't see why it wouldn't stack. But you know what I'm going to do, just to make things easy while I look some stuff up online. Instead of being stupefied 3, I'm going to make you enfeebled 2, and keep you at because you're already clumsy 1 and stupefied 1. So that critical failure is going to make you enfeebled 2 instead.
Cool. I love that.
It's much better than Stupefied 3.
No, I agree. Okay. So that was nice of you. It won't matter. Let's do this. Let's we can assume that my crossbow bolts, the tip of them is metal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Unless you're using the new rubber crossbow bolts that were very
The
popular.
riot control crossbow bolts.
Crowd control crossbow bolts.
Okay, I'm setting things up for later as if I'm going to survive. He's going to fire his crossbow at the thing. So action 1, get up. Action 2, fire his crossbow at -1 because of his clumsy condition. Come on, just roll a really big high number. Here we go.
No cover because it's
And
huge.
that is going to be a 19.
misses.
That's not enough. Okay.
Flies
that was
past.
it. And that was an act together with Velthrexenbob, who will now attack with his claws to the tune of a critical fail.
And Velfexenbob falls into the water and melts immediately, because that's what happens when dragons touch water.
Everyone knows when a dragon
right.
touches
Everyone
salt water.
That's right.
Just
like
just
the Wicked Witch
dissolves.
of the West.
like you threw paper in the water.
Okay, the dragon can attack again with its map penalty, and that's what she's gonna do. I should have just fired off a bad fire spell instead of what I was trying to do. All right. The dragon this time rolls a... nope, that's a 19.
19 misses.
Yeah,
And
okay.
then we go to round 5. We got ourselves a big main event here.
Yeah, I don't know. We're all right.
It's Balthazar's turn. You are unconscious. Still dreaming.
Still dreaming of all those memories of the Jiska Imperium that will just vanish from the world entirely,
Like tears and rain.
like tears,
Like tears
in the rain.
in rain. It is Quixal, the manifestation of Quixal. This thing is not even Quixal. It is just a manifestation of Quixal. Quixal is going to use its proboscis on Velthrexenbob. And that is a 23 against Velthrexenbob.
That's a hit.
Why I keep putting these D12s away. They're rolling terrible. Not that one. That is going to be 15 points of piercing damage.
Guess what? That, Velthrexenbob shares HP with our friend Rufus, and that is exactly how much HP he needed to go to 0.
Oh, so Rufus falls
Rufus and
unconscious.
Velthrexenbob are down.
But Rufus is unconscious, not dying. Right? At 0?
I think you're dying. If
think you're
damage
dying.
takes you to 0, I think you're dying.
Okay, so wait. When you stabilize then, Matthew, you have 1 hit point?
No, you're just at 0.
You're at 0. So, but he's not dying anymore.
Right.
Whereas now Rufus at 0 is dying.
We can double check on that, but that's 1E.
I
Like
have
that's a
nothing
1E
else-
rule.
Yeah.
I have nothing else to do. I'll look it up right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
You can enjoy this, Jared. When you click on Rufus, you see now what Matthew was saying. It's pretty horrifying.
Guys, I just want to tell you, it's so funny. Like, if you look at my character on the map right now, there are so many status effects. It looks like I don't even know how to describe it. It looks like I'm playing Candy Crush. It's like
Yes, that's a really good way to describe it.
It does. Oh, no.
Oh my god. Yeah, you do have a lot of conditions because of dying.
You're at 0 hit points. You are unconscious and at risk of death. So,
Okay.
Yeah. So you can be a 0 and unconscious, and you could be 0 with the dying condition.
No, if you knocked him down to 0, he has the dying 1 condition.
Right, but whereas you have 0 hit points and you're just unconscious, you've removed the dying condition. Rufus will now move in the initiative order. So I'm gonna take that. And what happens to Velthrexenbob? Does he disappear?
That's right. So Velthrexenbob is a sort of a psychic manifestation of Rufus. So he
all watch.
blips off into.
As he fades from the boat.
I just want to let you know, Troy, you have the option. This is up to GM discretion. You can determine how long I remain unconscious. The range is from a minimum of 10 minutes to several hours. So you choose.
All right,
whatever
check
you
back
think
in
is-
with me in 10 actual game minutes. All right here. So there are 2 combatants left on the playing field. And you guys have, you've done some damage to him. He is going to, he's going to whip out a tendril at either Champ or Karazor, and I'm leaving it up to fate here. 1 through 10 is Champ, 11 through 20 is Karazor, and it's lucky number 7 for Champ.
Damn it.
Here comes a tendril.
Damn it.
All right, that is going to be a 20 to hit.
Hit.
Okay, that is a hit. He's not hit with the tendril as of yet. 17 points of slashing damage. And do you bleed?
I do.
You will take 1d4 points of bleed on your turn. And it has 1 action left. I will save the last attack for Karazor at the lowest attack penalty. And I'm going to also attempt to hit you with a tendril. Very low chance here, but let's see. Natural 1.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
What a game changer here.
Yeah.
Just in the nick of time.
Yeah.
Natural 1.
Turn the tide?
Good.
Your enemy automatically dies.
Come on. Let's see. All right, that's natural tag melee, whatever. Okay. This one from Jamie in Los Alamos, New
Jamie.
Mexico.
Hey, I was just out there.
Old injury. Your overexertion tears open an old wound. Increase your wounded condition by 1. Doesn't matter that much for this particular monster. And gain 1d4 persistent bleed.
Oh, that's great.
Wow.
Hey, it could fail its flat check and just die.
If he fails, whatever, fail every single flat check for 10 minutes to an hour, you may wake up.
Wow. All right. So that was an untimely fumble there.
Nice
and,
job, Jamie. Huge.
Yeah, thank you, Jamie.
Oh, and it takes the bleed right now. So I will take 2 points of bleed damage.
Got him.
Awesome.
And then I'll roll a flat check. And rolled an 8, so it will continue bleeding into the next round. It is now Karazor's turn.
Okay.
Karazor's last stand.
Yeah, Karazor. I mean, I would use I have Bon Mo, which I've never used. Wouldn't do us any good here. I have Exacting Strike, which I should never have taken because it's completely useless to me. So
Because it doesn't synergize with power attack, right?
not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm not going to have you roll a will save here. I feel like you've got enough of the conditions. I don't know if they stack. The tides are
I
against you
guess
here.
I have everything.
Yeah.
What do you give the Knoll who has everything?
Give a no. Jam, I'm going to have you roll because there's still one condition you could get.
Me?
No, I'm talking about Champ. I'm going to have Champ roll when it comes to
Champ.
his turn and then move on from the hallucination.
All right, so he's just going to last a desperate attempt to overhand slice. He pulls the greatsword over his head, shoom, brings it down as hard as he possibly can.
We see shades of a younger Karazor swinging.
28.
That is a hit.
Okay. Okay. Shades of a younger Karazor.
Okay, that is about as good as I could have rolled for damage. That is 34 points of damage.
Whoa. Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Holy
I
shit.
got on a 3d12, I rolled a 10, a 9, and a 12.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, so a big old power attack, and you still have one action, right?
I do. And with the backswing, he's going to try feebly to get him again. Yeah, that's a natty 16, but it's a 21, so.
21
Oh, no, wait,
miss.
no, 22, but still.
What you misses is Champ. Champ, you see Karazor lay into this thing.
This is the end of all
Screams.
things.
Give me that will save to see if we just add one more condition.
Will save 26. Would have loved to save that for the attack roll. You ruined
Yeah,
it.
let's get that out of the way.
Damn it.
Come on, Champ. There's a chance here.
There is a chance here. If you roll max... Can I roll my own bleed? No.
You're not bleeding.
If
Oh, you mean...
Yes, he is.
if you roll...
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I'm bleeding.
Did I not add bleed to you?
You did not.
Oh, I'm
1d4
sorry.
bleed. If I have 4 hit points left, so if it ticks the 4, Champ goes down. This is the final days of Champ Kindly.
It's at the end of your turn, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the end of
so,
your turn.
I'm just trying to look over everything one more time. There's this so it lashed open, something between his bones, and there's this purple ichor that's oozing out, some negative energy that holds him together. My God, I'm so mad. I've missed 2 major things on my character sheet that would have made a difference. Okay, here we go. Swinging. Kukri.
Swinging for the fences with a bloodletting Kukri.
Swinging for the fences with a bloodletting kook. Come on, dude! God damn it! That is a 19. Yeah, I just don't know what to do. Yeah, I got nothing. Well, I hoped to have something good, but no. Second attack and attempting for a natural 20. Come on, it's in there somewhere. Another 22. Another 22. And
I keep trying to add bleed, and it says you're unaffected by bleed. Are you sure you can bleed?
it doesn't.
You cut me. Do you not bleed?
Yeah, I mean, it says that. Whatever, do whatever you want.
Well, I'm just telling you, it won't let me on Foundry. So you sure you can bleed?
Yeah, sure. It doesn't say you can bleed, but it doesn't say you're immune to bleed.
You're immune to death effects. That's not a death effect, so.
Right. So if you go online and you read about it, like pretty much everybody is like, you can bleed.
You can bleed.
You do not have the immunities of regular skeletons.
Okay.
You have only the immunities they tell you. Death effects, for example.
You have one more action.
Even on a natural 20, it's not a crit. It would just be a hit. But I can't think of anything else to do, so I'm just gonna... God. What's the point? There's no point. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll it. I have to.
Okay. Now you might
natural 17. And, okay, so give me the bleed.
All right, I'm gonna let the Foundry do it. It's not going to do it because it won't let me put the bleed on you. So I will let you roll your own bleed.
Okay, beautiful.
It's the worst idea you ever had.
4.
Yep, that's why I did it. That's why I did it.
And okay, so then
Die one.
I will. Oh, champ, you beautiful bastard. This is interesting. Sorry, I got something here. Okay, so I'm going to use Final Spite. Once per day, when I am reduced to 0 hit points as a reaction, I can make a strike before falling unconscious.
At your full bab?
I'm just saying yes, and I will not accept an argument for that because it's preposterous.
I mean, it's a reaction. I mean,
it's a reaction. My turn is over.
If it's a reaction, you get your
Actually, my turn isn't over, but it's a reaction.
It's a reaction that you get to use.
Your turn is over. Like you fall from you. The last thing that happens in your turn is you roll your persistent damage. That's the end of your turn.
What is the condition? What is the trigger for this reaction?
You are reduced to 0 hit points.
All right, so this happens simultaneously. I'm going to say you get your strike. I will say I used a reaction to siphon that blood up. Again, that blood turns into mist and empowers through the proboscis of this beast.
All right, champ. One last swing with the kukri. And as the shit is oozing out, his body begins to fall apart. But right before he hits the ground, he swings the kukri one last time. Natural 19.
Oh my God!
For a 28 to hit.
28 is a hit.
Okay. Oh, at least he went down with a hit. Amazing. Come on. 11 points slashing damage.
11 points of slashing.
And then he goes down. Once per day,
goes.
Final Spite. I don't think I've used it yet, but that's awesome.
Okay, so, wow. 3 people down, and the last one standing was the one who brought them all together.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's not like we're all gonna die. You brought about the destruction of an entire nation.
Can I just say
your enemy gained immeasurable power and in connection to an old god? I'm sure it's okay.
This adventure, every encounter before this, compared to this encounter, it's like we were playing bumper cars and then we exited out into the Indy 500.
It is. It's like a real car drove into the bumper car thing and started smashing us. It's
like a monster truck.
A monster truck.
Yeah, it's just wheeling over. Everybody's bodies are splatting into goop.
Oh my God! So,
oh my God.
Yeah, you know, it is. You could have gotten a little bit hurt by those Jenkins. You could have been hurt by those Chase, and then come at this with an even worse shape than you were in. So you're kind of, with the exception of Balthazar, ready to go. I mean, Rufus had burned a couple spells, but it's just a fucking tough encounter that is still kind of winnable, but now that 3 people are down, it's going to be really, really tough. Karzor, you were the last person standing as this thing rears up. You look around you, Balthazar laying on the ground, oil, gears spilling out, Champ, just like some of the bones starting to fall apart, and poor Rufus of Opara. Maybe you started to like that guy, and he's lying as well, with Velfrex and Bob nowhere in sight. If you turn and look back to that mountain, you just see Nikasor with the crown on his head, like he's conducting a symphony at one with this manifestation of Quixall. He has made a powerful ally, and as the Crystal Ghosts told you, and now it winds up to try and kill you. First, it will attack with its mighty proboscis, and that is a 26 to hit.
That's a hit.
It's Karazor with the proboscis for... That's game. 29 points of damage.
I'm gone. Yeah, that's it.
That is regular damage?
It's 2d12 plus 7. And I was rolling 1s and 2s on the d12s until I just rolled a 12 and a 10. 29 points of damage. It just... boom! Hits Karazor, and Karazor is thrown back to the ship. And this thing just starts flying over you. Again, Nikasor conducting this grand symphony. More of those thorns start coming up from underneath the deck as it grabs hold of the boat in several different places and just like snaps it. And like pieces of the boat are flying everywhere. It cracks and your bodies just fall into the water. What are your last thoughts as the lights begin to go out here?
That I really like this character. This sucks.
Anything more cinematic?
He thinks, man, this sucks.
That is very Karazor.
Rufus, as he transitions to the realm of Pharasma, sees himself in a full music video in the vein of 9 Inch Nails, where he's just like in the darkness, like floating with the dragon, and then like singing as like black slime goes down his face, and then like you just see like him go like open his shirt, and like his dragon tattoo is instead a thorny Quixall kind of going out in an animated thing. And when you get done watching the video, you think, this band kind of sucks.
What about you, Balthazar?
You know how they say your life flashes before your eyes as you die? Well, I would like to work through 7,000 years of memories right now. It's from his birth in the Jinxka Imperium to his training as a barber and his discovery that he actually was quite good at surgery with his human hands, but then when he transferred his soul to the magical golem, so that an automaton, he didn't have quite the same skill with the surgery. It just got a little bit. It's like suddenly like his hands were slightly bigger and metal or magical stone. He just couldn't do it. And this goes on for a while. He goes through every trauma of his life for 7,000 years, and
that should give you enough time to recover.
It should give me 10 minutes. No. That's the end of Balthazar the Mild.
Your metal's starting to rust.
I'm not made of metal, I'm made of magical stone.
Champ. I'm made of magical stone. Champ so many years in that dungeon.
Champ spent so many years in that dungeon. I think his final thoughts, we just see a series of slow motion shots, and it's him sitting down, being invited to sit down on a rock while he's got like these wraps around his face, just like sit down with Karazor. And it's like Karazor's smiling face, like talking to him. We don't hear what they're saying, but we just like see his face. And then it's like sitting in the inn and like getting a stout and just like pretending that he's like drinking with the guys.
I love stout.
I love stout. And then like going to like riding on a boat and like feeling salt air on his face, something he's never felt before, like being outside. Then it's like in the jungle and it's just like him holding out a bony finger and like a worm crawling on his finger and him being like, holy shit. And walking through the city, staying in a room with buddies in like a hotel in a foreign city, and meeting all these new people and talking to all these new people, and all he can think is his final moments like cross through his head is just how amazing it was to like have friends for a while, like intelligent friends to adventure with and be on some really exciting mission together. And there's like, you just see his teeth and it's just like, as his skull falls beneath the waves, you look and you're like, is that a smile? I think he's smiling.
Let's get a change of heart, perhaps. Maybe something came to you.
He thinks as his life drains away, the boat is cracking apart around him. He thinks, this sucks. I really liked being alive. It was really great, and now that's over. And fuck you. Thanks.
Fuck you, God.
Can I just say,
fuck off, God.
I've been playing role-playing games for, probably almost 30 years, and I have never been a player in a TPK before.
Wow.
Welcome to Side Quest Side
Welcome to Side Quest Side Sesh. It happens every season, almost like it was pre-written.
Really preordained.
We survived the first one, but to be fair, we were in the midst of a global pandemic and things were pretty dark.
Yeah,
it's true.
I think that from there we see various scenes and memories. Maybe we see Karazor at Ravenmoor with his friends, and them making fun of all the hayseeds and rubes and the horrors that they went through there, but they all came out alive. And then they would go on to Karpat and in Nidal, right? And deal with all the stuff there. And then we hadn't see Karazor for a while, and then we see flashes of his life while he's kind of living on the run from Nikasor as his power grows, and then his new friends and falling on the boat. Maybe we see this boat is like splitting apart, and the thing is like bleeding. It's still bleeding, and it's struggling to stop the bleeding, but it's tearing apart the boat. And we see Kumrock Blackthane be like, he's just yelling and whatnot. And he's they're trying to like grab people and put it onto the little rowboat that still looks like it kind of works. They're trying to patch it up quickly. They're grabbing some of the people, and some people are like, help! And he can't fit everybody on there. And he's pulling people on and like rowing away from this, and we close in on Nikasor, and you can't see his face behind that mask of the Shay, but you imagine, just like Champ, he is smiling. And then maybe we flash to another time where we see that abandoned church once more, where Karazor walked in and met the crystal ghosts, and we see new recruits joining the cause. Their backs are to us, but if you didn't know better, you'd see that some of them have fey-like features, ears that look like animals, maybe antlers coming out of their head. Perhaps some of these survivors that came with Kumrock Blackthane have rallied to the cause of the crystal ghosts. Maybe some of these silhouettes look oddly familiar. And then the last image that we see is just a shore, water gently lapping the shore. And we close in on something that's lying in the sand. A little pair of spectacles. That is the end of season 2 of Side Quest Side Sesh. There is more story to tell. Don't believe everything you hear.
But not with any of these players. Enjoy season 3, whoever's playing in that.
If I'm in season 3, I have to play a guy with antlers. That's not I didn't choose that ancestry.
Turns out too.
Antler Man.
Guys, it's been so much fun. Thanks for hanging out with us these past few Thursdays. It's been great jumping back into this. Unfortunately, another sad finale. But we will return, I think, with this someday. In the meantime, 2 weeks from tonight, the Glass Cannon Podcast Campaign 2 begins, and it's going to be on YouTube, not Twitch, so join us over there, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we will see you then. In the meantime, have a great night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.